Alrighty gamers, good afternoon / evening. Hope everyone has had a chill Sunday afternoon so far. Yours truly has been, of course, on no break since the afternoon. Was casting the Salty Runback Exert finals earlier, so yeah. We're gonna try to take a little easier today so that I don't burn myself out completely. Although, knowing my own pace, it's sometimes hard to avoid going all out. You know how it is. When there's some good hype matches to cast, your heart goes with it. Either way, you are now watching Bounty Hunters FT7, and we are a weekly show match event for players of all skill levels, region free for everyone to participate. And the name of the game tonight is, of course, Guilty Gear Strive, first to 7 wins. I'm your usual host QK, and I'll be chilling and or screaming with you guys throughout the 7 matches we've got lined up for today. Let's take a quick look what we have in store. I also, interesting thing, my wife is not home today, so I got my kittens here with me casting. So if you hear any illicit meows, you know where it is coming from. It's the girls having some fun. Yeah, we got our Norwegian high-level duo, Strelitzia and Bliskke, entertaining us at the very end of the event, the main events of the evening, if you wish, or if you will. Although, we've got some pretty high-level matches at the start of the card as well. You know, we shuffled the schedule up a little because of, you know, how players wanted these matches to go down in terms of schedule. Other high-level matches to look for are, of course, ZoKHiZ versus McNuggleton at the very start, and then we have also YaBoiSpades and Gelis. I think Gelis is the first-timer Asuka player here. First-timer on Bounty Hunters, definitely not first-timer in the field of combat. It'd be super interesting to watch more Asuka players. We've had a couple really active Asuka players as of late. Of course, Strelitzia has sort of solidified their position as the, you know, the super high-level Asuka that's been appearing on the show every week for quite a while. We've had a couple of others as well. And we have some people who are capable of piloting that as well, such as Mr. ZoKHiZ on the second matchup slot. Today playing Nago, however. ZoKHiZ is more along the lines of Nago/Leo dual main, but has a couple other sub-characters in the pocket as well. Gonna be taking on our Norwegian duo to go back to the matchup slots 6 and 7 are gonna be Rygand, who's gonna be matched up against Strelitzia. It's been a while for Rygand. You know, we've had a couple of, let's put it like this, Rygand is quite the gamer, so we've had some difficulties finding capable opponents to match this absolute beast. We'll see how Strelitzia is going to take on that. Against Bliskke, we're going to see Pokey, our resident gatekeeper, Anji player between the intermediate and the advanced bracket. I think it's fair to say that unless you can take this beast on, you have no, you know, place walking into the big boys leagues, have you? Other player making their debut tonight is actually in the matchup slot 3, Sproos Bedman, I think, yeah, from rocking the Finnish colors. Gonna go up against the Yasers. I think this is Yasers' is his second time? Let me actually pull my data sheets out, now that we still have a couple of seconds to go. Yeah, sorry, I'm super unprepared today because, you know, casting and all that. Who cares about our own events as long as, you know, other people's events are going well? I gave my all. Now it's just swimming forward along the tides. What was I doing? I forgot already. ADHD people unite. Well, anyway, now that I forgot about that, let's circle back to the first matchup of the evening, because I think we have our competitors in the lobby already, and it is almost 5 p.m. CET, which means technically go time whenever the players want to hit it. Yeah, we're back. We got Spades as well as Gelis raring to go. And who am I to stop them? Let's give them the... Actually, before we give them the go, let's bring out these. Yeah, these ones. So YaBoiSpades, extremely entertaining Nago player. Whether you're playing against them, whether you're watching their matches, usually you're up for some good times as long as you don't tilt when you make the wrong choices. Spades is really good at the RPS, makes some really interesting RPS choices that you might not be looking out for. One of their sort of biggest advantages as a player. Very difficult to condition. I wonder how this matchup will go and how the player tendencies will play into it as well. Right, giving the players the go ahead. Did I say Nago? Anji. Yeah, the other Nago. Close enough. So one thing for Nago in this matchup is you're not the best at dancing through projectiles, and Asuka is technically all about them projectiles. It's much more of a secondary task to go to your strikes as this character. Even like your, if you don't have the best cards in your hand, you'll probably, as your sort of, emergency maneuver, you default to 2D instead, which is technically a fireball as well. A fireball glued to the ground. So this character, Asuka, always has some sort of projectile ready to go. Of course, the 2Ds are very standard fireball function, so very vulnerable against jump-ins or jump-overs, instant air dashes, single jumps, dash jumps, super jumps, that kind of jazz. But that is not to say that the Suigatsu no Hakobi, the dance, won't be able to, you know, do some good stuff against the spells as well. As YaBoiSpades dance through one of the screamers from the get-go. Now mixing time, fights the low, into core, that's gonna be, ooh, that would have been a lot of damage. Oh, speaking of the RPS, YaBoiSpades immediately going into the stratosphere with the Yomi layers. Extremely minus there, going into the parry super, breaking the wall, and getting the first round. Now only standard cards in Gelis' hands here. Usually how you want to go about it, the first knockdown, as Gelis does here, change to test case 3, where you're gonna have all of your best stuff. Oh, here we go! Got the parry, not the full sequence. Gelis also had the DP card in her hand, and now with a decent corner carry, open the gates. Oh, double dance! Wow, that was a complete nullification on Arpeggio. Just one of the harder damage cards to deal with. Despite and perhaps with that, exactly, YaBoiSpades clearing the first match. That was quite something. So between the waves, the Arpeggio, the gates will send like 2 kind of waves of fireballs forward. And it was exactly between those that Spades found the spins. Overhead spell hits, open the gates, here we go, extend. A couple of things we can do here. We're gonna take the hard knockdown. Gelis does have the auto import in hand, which is very important part of the what we call in the industry the Exodia. which technically consists of automatically drawing cards, drawing extraordinary amounts of mana with the mana regen cards, and then perhaps putting one of those good staffs on the board. I forget which not the repulsion staff, but the other one. What's the name of that? The good staff. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, finds a close slash. This will mana break Gelis, and this is actually gonna be a kill from half hit points. Wow. Alright, reading the spin from round start, dashing forward, sees it coming out, goes for a throw. It does sort of force you to commit to a dash initially, so if the opponent is sort of intercepting your march, that's gonna be kinda risky. A wall break here without a heart knockdown. Gelis will probably be happy about that. Again, sees the start of Otsui, gets in a Hucklebeat. Get the throw, draw more. Level 3 bit shift, but we didn't get to, unfortunately, utilize it. Because the bit shifts have two different kinds of modes. They either spawn in your hand at level 5, then they start ticking down, or the other mode starts in your hand at low level and it starts ticking up, and the level, of course, increases the amount of bullets that you shoot. Once again, sees the spin. And we're gonna have a really quick dropout here on the game, too. I think so. Well, let's get them out of the way soon, shall we? It's of course impossible that the spectator disconnects would happen after occurring once, right? Right? It's a statistical impossibility. Right, one game each. I think Gelis immediately picked up on the daring nature of Spades' spins into the face of, or what's a good proverb here? Into the mouth of madness, in the face of danger. Nothing of the sort is gonna make Spades cower in fear. On the contrary, we're going forward. Hi, little kitty. That's not where you should be going. Oh, my little darlings are so adorable. They're probably a little confused as well. They don't usually get to spend time in the commentating room, aka my bedroom, aka my what do you call those? The rooms where you work. Office? That's kind of the word I was looking for. So YaBoiSpades down in rounds in the game number 3, now equalizing the life situation as well. Gelis super low as well. One thing, of course, is, so I guess if you choose to spin into the projectiles actively as Anji, I wonder how the RPS will change, because like when Asuka fires bullets at you, it's fairly standard that with a spell cast you're gonna recharge some of your resources or draw more cards, and or both, depending on the circumstances. But autopiloting into one of those as a kind of like a follow-up move, as you can chain chants into recharges and redraws. I wonder if that puts you in a worse frame situation if the Anji actually gets a successful spin through your projectiles. And of course, you're usually relying on the fact that a lot of your spells are extremely, positive on block, which gives you time to cycle through your resources and stuff like that. Do we have time to flip this back on? I think so. Yeah, just in the nick of time. I wonder if that actually registered. I think so, because like even if we go into the spectate, as long as you can flip the options when games are ongoing already, so should be okay. All right. Spades with 2-1 lead here. Immediately dancing through a basic cube. Now the round start is technically the most difficult position for Asuka. Because you only you spawn with test case 1 cards, which means you're never gonna draw into your best stuff from round start. And even like some of the utility that you would love to take with you to test case 3 has only a certain probability of happening or probability of being drawn. Now Spades, mana break, massive combo. You already know the vibes. I think it's safe to say that whenever Anji breaks the mana shield of Asuka's, one good hit, especially if it's like close slash, it's probably gonna murder him from like full health. Dancing. Ooh, I think Gelis kind of looked like she was trying to reach for a throw there. 5k will be parried again. YaBoiSpades very aggressive with that parry super, even on his own corner offense. Thrown out of the kind of overhead. Still working with the test case 1 here, Gelis. And has to drift out of that. That was actually a pretty good move. Close slash, if that was the hit, would have been kind of hard to get out of. Here we go, switching to the test case 3. Now we got the good stuff coming. 1 copy of Arpeggio as well, but it does take a couple of frames to get the gates open. No! No way! Players, please. I might have to... Let me give... players a shout out that do not hit the restart or the rematch button too fast. Yeah, just a crumb of working spectator mode. That would be nice as well. I mean, it's not the player's fault either. It's kind of how, you know, kind of how it works in the heat of the moment. Sometimes you just want to hit an immediate retrieve button and go into the heat of the moment, into the heat of the battle without wasting any frames. And you would assume that a high-profile fighting game like this would have working lobby systems. Maybe one day. Strive 2 is on the horizon, right? Right? Strive 2 is gonna fix the netcode issues. Yeah, something like that. Like whether the successor to Strive, whatever that's gonna be named, whatever the project is gonna be. Probably like, so how long have seasons 1 and 2 lasted? Like around a year or so? Some players have speculated that season 4 could potentially be the last season. Of course, that is nothing but speculation, but you know, if that were to be the case, then we could be perhaps looking at, you know, depending on how they want to do things, the next game in 2026, like predicted in the chat. Who knows? It's game number 5, looking mighty even here. Both players around a piece. Gelis looking like she is going down fairly fast here in the radio cast. Is another win for Spades, it looks like. make sure I don't flip this back to the original settings too fast. Wait, I forgot to... Did I forget to apply this? I don't know what's going on anymore. I think the players came out of the room on their own volition. So good on the players. Bad on me for sleeping on the job. I think one of the arguments was that because the code of Guilty Gear Strive is such bubblegum, as we say, it's probably just impossible to fix at this point, considering their inability to kind of remedy everything. It would kind of make sense if they just released like a quick spiritual successor to Strive with sort of, you know, finally working code and taking into account everything that they wanna, you know, do with the game. Anyway, that's a good burst. This Isse Ogi is gonna be completely nullified, or not actually completely nullified, because the fan still stays there holding Gelis in place, allowing YaBoiSpades actually close in slightly after that burst. Mana is broken. Ooh, unfortunate drop there. Good block on the overhead and the punish. Here we go. Teleport out of the corner. We do have some offensive spells. Yeah, there we go. Teleporting out of the reversal super or the parry super. Spades on the hunt. Reaction check. The mana shield still holding for now. But any chip damage is gonna be kind of dangerous here for Gelis. Goes for the low follow-up. I'm barely whiffing with the Screamer here, popping up with a new and improved Nagiha change. Even if you don't counter hit, even if you don't use meter, Nagiha will give you some pretty decent combo opportunities in this patch, which is one of those changes that people are saying is making Anji kind of good nowadays. Not the best, but kind of good. Oh, big counter hit 6 heavy. I think Spades chose to hold on to it. Oh my god, again, and it works out every single time like a charm. I think Spades is like 5 out of 6 parry super successfully hitting. The only one that didn't strike true was in the right corner. I think it was this game where Gelis just teleported out. There seems to be a connection issue. Oh, trouble in the paradise? Question mark. Was the set bursting into that super before? I assume you're talking about Isse Ogi. Yeah, I guess if you've never been in that situation before, it can come as a surprise that that thing still stays there. It was a new thing for me as well. I've never had the presence of mind to super that one. It's kind of hard to actively burst supers from your opponent. For one, there might not be a super cancel, and if the opponent works with combos that kind of look to wall stick you, then of course there won't be bursting against the supers, because you can't burst out of wall sticks anymore. But against like sequences that try to break the wall prematurely, or if you're kind of sure that you're not gonna get enough hits in your combo to deal enough wall damage to get the wall stick, there are kind of quite a few characters who, you know, rely on that. Alright, should be all fixed now. Spades with very decent lead here, 5-1. Only swinging a miss, bar slash. And now spells time, yeah, reach the spin. It's a throw into a safe jump. There's actually a lot that Spades can do about that before the 50 meter. Lots of utility in hand. Oh, the read! Calls out the instant air dash out of the corner, and now we don't even have the mana to cast any of those useless spells. Here we go, into a full recharge, spending some health to get there. And here we go, floodgates are open, the good stuff is here, teleporting out of that. What's it called? Oh, that is gonna go into the wrong direction, there we go. Not this time. Gelis showing some really nice moves there. It's a lot about, you know, getting a good start, being able to knock the opponent down at least once, and then getting your engine rolling. Go, using the spell that refunds all of your spells. Nice hit. We got the mana recharge. We got Arpeggio. But again, YaBoiSpades bouncing forward from mid-screen, using that new, what you call that? Brain function not working today after a cast already. Nagiha, that's it. Gara Nagiha. Wait, what happened there? Did Spades collide with a cube there? Nice Shin into plus frames. And again, minus out of that low follow-up. But spaced in a kind of a nice way. A lot of characters are having difficulties punishing that -7 at that range. In fact, I don't think there are any characters in the game that get to punish that without an IB. If it's really well spaced. Spades working with a corner combo. We'll have to take the heart knockdown with a soft kind. Far slash, man, that far slash is kind of good. Dancing through the DP. Neutral jump. Reaction from Gelis this time. Oh my goodness. Dash in, Kacho Hugetsu lets it recover and then throws. Look at this rogue. If that's not the dirtiest reaction check, I don't know what is. Alright, we got, I think that's auto import in hand, but no offensive spells. It's gonna be a problem for Gelis, because this is gonna be mana break through the wall, heart knockdown, one touch, and Spades will kill you. Nice, out of that RC, recognize that Spades was too far for that 2k to hit. Very brave, but not this time. Gelis is slowly starting to catch on to Spades' habits in terms of those spins and the reversal supers go. Couple of teleports in hand. Chaos Cube, please stop. Let me breathe. And Spades run into it. I wonder if you have actually time to spin after that, depending on spacing. Was gonna throw a little too early. And now punish. The standard cubes are gonna offer decent. Oh my goodness, it's the slowing one. Slow Battistini walk. God, they never actually got there. Wait, the Arpeggio shots just completely expired midway? That's not a good staff, is it? I mean, of course, the acceleration staff is so much better because it, like, sends the cubes forward much faster, making it harder for the opponent to poke into them. And as we all know at this point, basically the standard strategy against Asuka is to try to poke the standard cubes especially as much as possible. Blocking those will allow Asuka safely to cycle between all of these resources, get to the test case 3, fire more quotation weak spells, which are usually standard cubes, drawing to the actual good stuff, and gain the victory like that. Now, Spades is spinning here. Let's see what the follow-up is. 6p, but ends up whipping. Still gets a very decent hand of stuff. Recharge back to full mana. We got auto import as well. Jumps out of the Kato Hugetsu. And spends the gold burst to keep Spades in the corner. Alright, one more hit. Spades could... Anji is technically a character that can spin this around, but it would probably require you to have at least like relatively low amount of mana on Asuka already. Tap 5D, immediate burst there. I think there was no follow-up to be had without 50 meter and cube coverage. I think it's realistic to assume that if Asuka has cubes coming, then He's gonna have follow-up out of that tap 5D. Only auto import in hand here, and can't really cast it from this soft knockdown. And Spades working on that mana shield. Soft knockdown this way as well. Gelis has the option. Ooh, nice! Checks out the raw red wild assault. And this, yeah, should be cleared by the Chaos Cube. Well, there is one thing that we can say for certain. Gelis is adjusting. It was perhaps the last option or last opportunity to bring in the adjustment, but whatever she's doing, it is definitely working out. There's the ever so important round opening knockdown. Gelis was able to switch to test case 3, and now we're casting Shadow Wizard Money Gang. If we only had mana for Arpeggio, gotta have it here. There we go, opening it. Oh, but still 6 heavy, able to reach high enough. That's usually the go-to play. You jump into the air so that you're kinda inaccessible for a lot of the cast, and then open the gates. But looks like Anji's buttons hitting all the right places for his pleasure. Overhead hits. Do we have a burst here? Gelis is probably gonna take it to the next round. Yes, it is the safest choice, even though you are gonna be dropping this round. Double Screamer here. Looking for an opportunity to cast and get some sort of frame advantage. Here we go. 5k whipping. There we go. Sending YaBoiSpades to the other side of the screen. Switching to test case 3. Here we go. Hard baits. Rings through. Big RPS victory. Break the mana shield as well. And the hard knockdown. Any hit is gonna do it now. Backdash, shimmy. Gelis did have 50 meter there to save herself. Shin plus frames, walk forward, get the throw, basic stuff, and YaBoiSpades comes out of this set victorious. I think it was a good amount of adjustment. I think Gelis just started to get a hang of YaBoiSpades' habits a little too late into the set, perhaps, which is sort of understandable because Spades is a very different kind of beast to play again. It's the you know, whatchamacallit, a very comparable experience to Radoon Leo, if you know what I'm talking about. When somebody is playing with a very particular style that you have to adjust to really quickly, it can be tricky. Alright, next up, matchup number 2, ZoKHiZ and McNuggleton. Another decently high-level match here, very early into the event. Naga versus Baiken. I think, if I recall correctly, Baiken players are not super thrilled about this matchup. But I think it is not, you know, impossible either. Yeah, it is ZoKHiZ back to the Nagoriyuki train. It's been on the Leo grind for quite a while. I think it's actually been more Asuka than Nagoriyuki as well as of late for ZoKHiZ. But now making the return to that man, Nagoriyuki, one of the characters to beat in Guilty Gear Strive. An ever-looming threat to every and any competitive players. You meet this guy in the bracket, especially against a strong Nagoriyuki player. Woo, oh boy, you're gonna have your word cut out for you. But let's see how ZoKHiZ is gonna run this one. Starting round start, 9-frame far slash, definitely an advantage for Baiken players. Doesn't hit, immediate burst from ZoKHiZ. Blood is open still. I want to get to use it as well. Yos and kisses once again, this time combined with a 50 meter into a big conversion. Blue Wild Assault gets the heart knockdown, and we technically get the mix here. attaching the Escabari. Oh, I'm actually surprised the Yozen didn't hit from the other side there. Yozensen does cleave both sides technically after all. First to the front and then to the back. Or is it the other way around? Is it back first? I actually think it's one of those where it's back first and then to the front. Front first? Alright. It's gonna be decent damage. ZoKHiZ is relatively high on blood. And the amount of blood is, of course, gonna affect your defensive modifier as Nagoriyuki. One of the healthiest guys. Oh, gonna pop here! A clone, bit too far. But I mean, life situation is not gonna change the fact that ZoKHiZ is gonna go down with one hit, technically here. And McNuggleton scores a victory out of that unfortunate pop. Or perhaps, I wonder, you can't really set up a safe in the middle of a combo pop mid-screen, right? Unless you use some sort of, like, RC out of your special move. I'm pretty sure. Alright, 6p this time. Perfect adjustment against that 9-frame far slash that Bliskke brings to the table at round start. Alright, basic combo, 1, 2, 3. Chase them in the corner. Well, the far slash whiffs, actually. Too much launch there, I suppose. Goes under the 6 heavy, or sorry, 6p. But ZoKHiZ in a striking distance. Now super doesn't even need a 6 heavy. It's gonna be time efficient. Respect the viewers' times and not go into the flashy super finisher. Alright, we'll keep the basic combo. Pro slash, bar slash slash, get the heart knockdown. Very decent amount of damage for a very basic combo. It's kind of the theme of Nagoriyuki. Looking for the heart bait. McNuggleton not ready to burst yet, though. I think they're gonna go down here. Yeah, this amount of life should be cleavable for Nagoriyuki. Watch the Ryuki dealing the damage, yes indeed, and the guaranteed damage at the end. Tried to go for the hard, it's like alternative heart bait, sorry, whatchamacallit, the reverse heart bait burst. Whereas you're so sure that the opponent is gonna bait that you're gonna just hold on to the burst and wait for them to make the mistake. But sometimes they don't do it. That's the burst bait meta for you. Lukio sliding into that close slash, and again waiting for perhaps a reversal parry there for McNuggleton having the oh, the 6 heavy actually whiffs too high up, stuck on the wall. But eventually everything that goes up has to come down, and McNuggleton comes down as well in that big close slash of Nagoriyuki. It's one of the best close slashes, one of the highest hitting close slashes in the game. There we go, perfect RPS reach, too heavy under the high profile pokes. ZoKHiZ reaches to the big hard, high reaching, too heavy. Followed up by close slashes. What's it gonna be? I wonder if that was a safe distance from Nagoriyuki's throws. Never mind, here we go. With the pressure. McNuggleton gets anti-aired, but ZoKHiZ very close to popping. Far slash slash slash, that's not gonna help, even though the last hit of the sequence is gonna draw a lot of blood back. It is too little too late. The blood pressure has taken its momentum. Same RPS again. ZoKHiZ going with the far slash against, 6p against far slash from McNuggleton. We go both players missing each other, but ZoKHiZ losing more from that exchange. For that wild assault does cost 50 of your burst gauge. ZoKHiZ, of course, one of the Nagoriyuki players who are completely fine sitting in mid-screen, just walking back and forth, even with half blood or more blood available. One of those players who love making the opponent guess when is the blood burn gonna happen. Ooh, anti-air. Doesn't get a clean conversion though. And a 6p into 1, 2, 3 RC. Yes, we got the stop and the super. Even if this is not a clean. Oh, never mind. Actually, ends up whiffing completely. And now ZoKHiZ in a little bit of a pinch. Might not be able to build the burst back in time. It's only a matter of seconds. 1, 2, 3 deflection and chases it with the Nagoriyuki. Very nice adjustment there. Perhaps a reaction even from ZoKHiZ. Or perhaps simply chasing the thrill of the samurai mix at the end. That would have been a really good situation to go for it as well, because ZoKHiZ was hunting for that last hit.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Here we go. Now this time, McNuggleton is gonna backdash and then go for a punish on that whiff 6B. Very close on that whiff punish. But close is not close enough. You're gonna get there. It's always an ever-looming problem against Nagoriyuki, especially on high blood. Are you gonna be in the right position? Are you gonna have a dash deep enough to whiff punish some of those buttons? Into the corner we go. Tatami mat, holding down the opponent, attach the strings. And we're actually gonna... Oh, never mind. I think one of the newest patch changes was that when you have Kapari S attached and you get a throw, you can actually follow it up meterless. Or perhaps McNuggleton dropping the combo there. That's very nice. Instant air dash under ZoKHiZ's 2S. McNuggleton has had very keen RPS for especially the neutral in this set so far. 2K into big throw. ZoKHiZ is ready to fuzzy throw there. 6B into DP. Here we go. That looks like... Oh, how many close slashes did ZoKHiZ get there? I think that kind of looked like a custom combo that wouldn't be able to happen without the S Kapari attached. Good throw. Very nice. Misses the OTG, unfortunately. And a jump slash into a combo, into big damage. As one of the biggest advantages of Bliskke. She is a beast air to air. One counter hit jump slash, leading into big damage and closing out that game for McNuggleton. 2-2. Unless I miscounted the points. Have we only had 4 games so far? The gold trade definitely in ZoKHiZ's favor. Gets the sequence of bar slash and then the super. Lots of blood coming back to ZoKHiZ. Ain't gonna kill just yet, but gonna take McNuggleton extremely low. Basically a chip kill. Ooh, that was actually probably a pretty good option there. Should ZoKHiZ have gone into the samurai mix, there's probably no hope for McNuggleton to wake out of that one. And ZoKHiZ technically had a full blood gauge ready to go for a samurai mix as well. But the threat is still there. Here's the super. Did McNuggleton hit the button? No, they didn't. And they get to throw? Wait a second. Did ZoKHiZ RC there? Huh. I'm like, I'm pretty sure ZoKHiZ tried to start an RC, which was why he got thrown. Otherwise, that sequence doesn't make any sense. S Kapari from above. However, ZoKHiZ ready to throw. Bar slash. McNuggleton back onto the ground, but the nice. Oh, it's gonna get caught. The TK Yozan. And ZoKHiZ has an option to RC here as well. He's gonna go for it. The Lunar Lounge close slash. Optimal pickup. Yeah, that's what I thought as well, through RC startup. And as we know, the RCs do have a little bit of a startup as well. The sort of the explosion of color happens only after the startup. So technically, if you blink and you miss it, you might miss the animation of the player going into, you know, whatever their RC looks like. Right, barely whipping. ZoKHiZ actually getting a punish there. Very peculiar situation I've never seen before. A neutral jump, avoiding the throw, and here comes ZoKHiZ. Quite high blood. The bar slash is gonna draw a lot of blood back. Now we have all kinds of options available. Into the safe jump. Slightly dangerous against Bliskke, because Bliskke technically does not, you know, or Bliskke technically RPSs safe jumps quite well with the use of Hiragi. Slash. Drift back with the Fukyo. One of the go-to classic methods of keeping up your pressure. After all, the opponent has to kind of guess which... Oh, the double dash into a... No breaks. Very close to killing with that 6 heavy, but ZoKHiZ has all the blood in the world open, and one more charge of White Wild Assault. Good block on the the cross up. ZoKHiZ has so much perfect timing on the YRC, but a good RPS option for McNuggleton as well, jumping out of that White Wild Assault. The full combo. Unfortunately gonna have to break this wall without a hard knockdown. Up until this, it was fairly good. Dodges the Wild Assault. I got another one, and here comes the strike throw. The White Wild Assault extremely nasty when it ends up in point-blank pressure situation. Very plus, Garch crushes them. It's way easier to deal when there's at least some amount of distance between you and Nagoriyuki, so that Nago would have to walk forward or move forward somehow to be able to get to the bite range. But that point blank, man, is it nasty. Quite too heavy. Kukyo, cash out on the plus frames. And all the world is open for ZoKHiZ. 6 heavy on block. Round start-like sequence. And McNuggleton finally finding the 2 heavy. No wonder, get a counter hit, and now you're on your way to the right corner. McNuggleton has a lot of resources to go. The funny gun combo. Again, he's gonna do a lot of damage, but force McNuggleton to get a soft knockdown here. And ZoKHiZ, look at these resources. Slash. Yep, RC. Is that gonna be a kill? That's gonna be super close. Gonna go for the super, but I think McNuggleton is still alive just barely. ZoKHiZ is gonna be working with a hard knockdown here. What's your option? Parry RC is available, however, I think that was a pretty brilliant move, because the clone will not interact at all with Hiragi. So ZoKHiZ kind of like completely dodging any opportunities for counterplays. And you can't really block the clone very easily either, because you were so low health already. Jump, uncontested, there we go, far slash anti-air. Okay, I see you Baiken players, you're fast as far slash. Ends up working out as an anti-air, very nice, recognizing the startup frame of far slash, and goes for the parry. And here comes the pressure, closing up to the ground, the Yozen printing enough frame advantage for McNuggleton, jumping out of the Kamuriyuki. So far so good. Oh, this is important for ZoKHiZ. I think ZoKHiZ might have been very close to popping here. Might still pop. No, look at that! One blood away from popping. ZoKHiZ doing the bad. However, I think ZoKHiZ committed here. Yes, indeed. And the reversal super is gonna cleave. Even 1-1 rounds here. Man, that was some math from ZoKHiZ. I think the saving grace was the super there that ZoKHiZ got, because the super Wasirayuki does give like a fairly heavy amount of blood pressure downwards kind of buff. Not really the same kind that you get from Bite, but you know, it returns blood pressure fairly fast. Oh my god, ZoKHiZ with the jump, the air stall, making McNuggleton's, was that too heavy? Whiff, and then straight into the punish. That was some sick-ass nasty moves. It is so cool when those jump Ds work for Nago players. It's a very, like, swinging wide kind of a move, so it is fair, because you're fairly punishable on the way down if the opponent doesn't react to your jump in and is waiting for the jump D. Right foot forward, 2B into just the basic block string, catches ZoKHiZ from the air. Attach the Kabari. Parry is a little too far away from in order to go into the full sequence, or the full animation rather. Oh my god, and the anime dash. ZoKHiZ, being the patient player that he is, willing to wait it out, but perhaps willing to wait too long. Skip to the other side. A little bit of a gimmick. Oh my god, actually gonna cross up Yosan there. Due to the Kalbari. Stagger pressure, checking if ZoKHiZ wants to go for a reversal super. Sorry, no, not reversal super. ZoKHiZ. It's not ZoKHiZ who had the meter, it was McNuggleton. Through the wall we go. Both players relatively low on resources. McNuggleton is gonna be exploding here in just a second though. And before he does, he finds the kill. And drawing ever so closer to ZoKHiZ's 5 points. There is a reasonable chance still. The momentum flips are extremely real. And now if McNuggleton manages to ride this out, we could still have a very real, very even set. Man, there we go, McNuggleton with the patience, waiting, being sure that ZoKHiZ is gonna press the button, is gonna burst out of there. And would you look at that, eventually it comes out. Now let's see what McNuggleton chooses to do here. Are we gonna get the wall break? Yes, we are gonna take it. We're not gonna drop the combo in the corner. So just happily taking the positive bonus, even without the hard knockdown. Good read on the 2S there. ZoKHiZ with that high blood and the level 2S, which makes it slightly faster, makes it a really nice round start option even after soft wall knockdown. Was reaching for that 2S and McNuggleton completely reading it with that instant air dash. But now, the clones, but oh, a little too far away. McNuggleton during that whole sequence was walking backwards, building this distance between himself and ZoKHiZ. Jump out, back into it with a late air dash. Jump slash a little off the mark this time. ZoKHiZ used a neutral super jump there. Going to heights. Unreachable by Bliskke. Oh, is that dash actually gonna reach? And almost picking up a perfect combo out of it. 1, 2, 3, good. YRC from ZoKHiZ. And a far slash once again, 9 frames. Seems like a really nice option against a lot of Nago's other options. You'd probably have to, you know, walk backwards in order to make that whip. Rygand completely off the screen, unfortunately. Jump slash, hits its mark and finds the combo. McNuggleton, here we go. Only 2 games difference here. They are definitely making the comeback, and it's definitely not too late either. I think opponent being at 5 points in FT7 is the last like comfortable point where you're kind of hoping to make the final adjustment before we move into the championship rounds. Oh, big too heavy. ZoKHiZ converts. Was ready to go for more, but McNuggleton said no. I don't want to get wall broken just yet. Here we go, ready for the 6B. Actually, it's a far slash conversion, another one. All right, so decent amount of blood flowing back into ZoKHiZ's veins. Almost a ZoKHiZ. And backdash out of the Kabare situation. That super should work out. Sliced in, Jin, they said. Ooh, a really nice 2K there, holding the space. Was that against? Kind of looked like that was gonna be too. Was that too heavy from McNuggleton coming out? There we go, plus frames from the Wild Assault. Swing and miss with the DP, unfortunately, but we still have decent amount of blood to work with. Strategically not opting to take the wall break quite yet here, but now we burn, and we burn for real. ZoKHiZ with the perfect, moving to 6 points here. Still possible for McNuggleton, but this is a momentum switch. McNuggleton did get a couple of good rounds there, 3 in a row. Or was it 2? But now ZoKHiZ this time to show the adjustment. Get out of the corner with a burst. The one problem with bursting Nago to Yuki is that if you burst Nago at low blood, then Nago technically has, you know, all of his best resources still available and can choose to pounce at you from full screen, even immediately after the burst happens. Financial trade. Back on. Burning into a combo. Wall stick would be good here. Not quite getting it, but in the follow-up situation, blast from the S Kabare, and then jump heavy from the skies. A little too hard to anti-air this time around. The physics of the tether make it like surprisingly difficult to pull off your anti-airs. The timing has to be like absolutely precise. And sometimes the angle is just not good to begin with. Right, here we go. 50 meter into the TK. Yozan, RC. Yeah, the angle in question. ZoKHiZ trying to reach for an anti-air move. Oh, but the back throw. Have the winds turned? ZoKHiZ throw PRC, saving himself. In case the opponent is indeed jumping out. Here we go again, the angle from straight above, coming down with that big sword, and ZoKHiZ pops. Oh, missed the combo though. YOLO. Might as well try, I guess, because you know ZoKHiZ was technically at a life range where any special move is gonna knock them out. And McNuggleton certainly ain't gonna wait for you to, you know, just recover your blood and then go into a samurai mix or whatever.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Very patient opening there from McNuggleton. Waiting out the 6P. And then going under with a 2 heavy. Far slash, engage, or rather disengage. And using that far slash on block and then into Fukyo as a sort of a threat. ZoKHiZ able to also get those far slashes off without response. 6B into DP, basic combo. Here comes ZoKHiZ with a safe jump. Don't you try to escape. The 6B a little too far this time around. And McNuggleton works his way out of the corner. But straight back into the mouth of the beast. This will be the first set point for ZoKHiZ. Swing a DP, however McNuggleton nowhere to be found. Nice, again sees ZoKHiZ in the air, sniped with a jump slash, big combo, escapade plus frames. This time, ZoKHiZ's timing on the anti-air is precise though. However, this angle, this accursed angle from straight above. And McNuggleton bets the farm, goes for that throw, but ZoKHiZ was fuzzy jumping that time. Very high blood. Well, the gun hits. Here we go. Did Nuggle hit the button? Nope. But McNuggleton also knew that ZoKHiZ had the 50 meter ready to cancel, so didn't hard commit into it, but there we go, straight into it, and DP 1, 2. Second hit overhead. McNuggleton has been knocked out of the set. ZoKHiZ takes it home 7-5. And second W for Team Finland tonight. Yeah, I actually didn't mention it yet, but we do have quite a few Finnish players on the roster. Let's see how far we can go with this one. Here we got YaBoiSpades, ZoKHiZ, sproos, Hoplan, and Rygand. 5 out of the 7 matches do have some Finnish blood in there. And in the next one, we got a newcomer in the form of Sproos Bedman. It's gonna be facing Yasers Kai. We did have their debut match on Bounty Hunters a couple of weeks ago. I think it was the match against Sifu Baiken, if I recall correctly. So 2 relatively new faces to Bounty Hunters facing off here. Both player already raring to go. No breaks, no breathing room. Here we go. Kai versus Bedman. Bedman's victory condition, of course, being the very similar to Gauntler's, in fact. The guard crush loop is the name of the game. The problem, however, is how do we get to that guard crush loop? Because generally you would have to set up an error with a prior special move, such as like this, then engage the opponent, then make them block the sequence, and then go from there. Alright, into not a safe jump. Unfortunately, Yasers reaching for the DP. On a second. Ooh, back throw. This is big. Setting up the the heavy fireball. But the 5P from Sproos. DP once again is the option, making sure that it's gonna be safe in case the opponent blocked. And that'll be enough. Stays with the heavy DP through the wall. First round goes for Yasers. 2B into a nice conversion. Jump slash. I really like how the new patch brought a little bit more variety to like the olden techniques of Batman. Whereas you could play all sorts of nasty situations from the air in the previous iteration of the game. And they did make Batman's jump D especially slightly more tight. Ooh, from the perfect distance. Going for the malfunction. I think malfunction had some amount of disjoint if I recall correctly. Might be wrong. Ooh, reaching for the throw, but Yasers nowhere to be found, and now with the big punish. RC forward out of that stun dipper, the most beloved sequence for Kai players to, you know, basically do everything. Engage from neutral, stun dipper, RC. Frame trap from pressure when there usually shouldn't be any more frame traps available. Stun dipper, RC. Just does so many things. The reversal super from Sproos is gonna anti-air Yasers out of the sky. The air-to-air jump slash into a very nice combo. Combo into Dragon install. And that goes through the wall. That was just flashy. Yasers. Cool stuff there. Even though they didn't get to utilize the Dragon install mode itself, just reminding the opponent, we do have this available. The presence of mind to kind of go for the Dragon install, because it's only available when you're very low in low on health. The presence of mind to even go for a flashy finisher like that does tell something about Yasers' ability to pay attention to circumstances. Here we go. Make them block. The malfunction. Working with a really nice combo here. Got the wall stick and the maximum damage, I believe. Heavy DP.
Kai wins. Duel 2. Let's rock.
Right, micro dash, 6B. And baits the throw. Unfortunately, gonna flip the positions. Finding themselves towards the corner here without burst, no less. Air to air. With 1-2 pickup. It's gonna start the countdown of the error. However, every hit that you take after the error is counting down, I believe is gonna cancel it. So Batman players will have to, you know, protect those errors as well as they can, as best as possible, if they want to go into the best pressure situations available to Batman. With the fireball, here we go, Yasers, air to air, big conversions, yes indeed, very good conversions in fact. I think Yasers hasn't really dropped a single hit confirm so far. Through the wall, we go. Slightly less damage than RTL, but we are gonna keep the electricity here. DPRC. It's not quite gonna kill yet. Wencher's a little too close, but this will be kind of hard comeback to make for Sproos. And unfortunately is gonna miss the setup, get thrown into the corner themselves. Yasers 2-0. Ooh, starting with a round start jump, the heavy DP. A sequence very reminiscent of Radoon Leo. Ooh, nice, still got the punish on the air Beyblade. You don't tend to see that very often from Bedman players, especially as an airborne option. Swing and miss on the 6B. Yasers staying very safe place. And with a quick swipe on the 5 heavy. Or actually, that was 6 heavy, wasn't it? Very similar looking moves. Slight differences. Well, slash counter hit. It's gonna chop the combo in between, but still going strong. Lots of options available for Yasers here. 50 meter and more coming soon. Meets with the strikes from Bruce. He's rolling that just before the error goes online, unfortunately. The timing is everything with the pressure sequences of Bedman. But here we go, working with the loop. Do we get the hard knockdown? Not quite. Would have been a kill with a super. But I think the range is very limited. Yasers stealing it away from Sproos. Very close, but yet so far.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Right, neutral trade from the jump situation. Firing the projectile, rolling the... but that's gonna be punishable. Unless the Beyblade is covered by the error itself. Although, wait, does the error change when you start a special move or when you finish a special move? I think it's at the start of a special move, right? So technically, if you go into that Beyblade, the error is not gonna cover your tracks, right? Here we go. Rare footage of Yasers actually dropping a combo and getting back thrown for their troubles. Sproos taking a couple of back steps, putting themselves in a very safe distance. There we go, a little too far to hit with that fully charged malfunction. And now Yasers' turn once again. Raises the combo. RC into more pressure, finds a decent one. Yes, indeed. Problem here is the soft knockdown. And Sproos going straight into White Violet, however, waking up furiously with a DP. Yasers hasn't been really willing to block all too much. But it's okay, as long as the opponent does not bait your reversal DPs. Why should you stop? Why should you chill? If it's working out, is the sage wisdom. Calling out the fireball with their own air fireball. Bedman closing in. Here we go, first, ooh, okay. Quite able to hold Yasers in place to get that bomb head there for the guard crush. Yasers' patience this time goes under, or using the stun dipper as a makeshift anti-air. Sproos looking for a couple more hits. Oh, that heavy projectile is gonna have way more durability than whatever spikes that you can throw at them from Bedman. It's gonna be a stolen round once again. The super is too slow, unfortunately. Many other characters can reversal there, but I think Bedman's super is just way too slow, being one of the slowest in the game. However, with a nice air movement, is able to make Yasers with the last strike, get the whiff punish, and put themselves on board. Sproos in the chase now. Oh, what? 5D anti? Alright, we'll take it. The only question is why? Using the burst, getting out of the corner. However, Sproos wanting to keep it. There we go, finally getting some good loops for Sproos. Missing the hard knockdown this time as well, though. But that just means we're gonna have this much meter for this defensive situation. Lots of options available. Reversal super, YRC. Nice defensive movement. Looking for one more hit. There we go. Sproos starting to find their strides slowly but steadily. And it's definitely starting to look like Bedman movement as well. It's so unfortunate that I haven't gotten the whatchamacallit. Oh, here we go, RTL. This is gonna break the wall. So occasionally we're gonna get these hard knockdowns as well into 5k. Very safe against any kind of reversal that Bedman could do there. And the tension, the resources, they just keep replacing themselves. Has no choice but to burst here. He still wants to play. Although this is a little bit of, oh, look at that perfect angle there. The jump slash from Sproos actually calling out that stun dipper. I might have spoken too soon. Super, no, that could have been it. Are they gonna be able to recover in time? Yes, indeed. Electrocuted, but all of these follow-up moves are gonna cause lots of chip damage here, breaking the guard of Yasers. There we go. Sproos, another game in a row. That wasn't actually too bad there. Activating the install super. Had time to still block, and you know, the Sacred Edge from half screen away isn't really, even though it is plus on clock, it ain't gonna give you enough plus frames to do anything relevant from that distance. Here we go. The 8-way dashing. Oh, Yasers was mounting a baiting position there against the burst, but perhaps forgot to block. Or maybe already committed to the next situation. Sproos would definitely love to get out of this corner position. How are we going to achieve that though? Oh! On block? No, that's actually a hit confirmed. Once again, oh, is he gonna recover in time? Yes, indeed. The 5k from KaiKiss. What a button. Safe meaty, and probably one of the easiest safe meaties to pull up in the game against such a slow reversal super such as Bedman's super. Definitely contender for top 3 slowest supers in the game, along with the likes of Calamity 1 from Testament, as well as the fully churned reversal super from Gelis. Heavy DP RC. Not in a position to keep up the pressure very... Oh, big one! 6 heavy counter hit. This hurts. Kai boys drawing the maximum damage out of that combo. Sproos with almost 100 meter though. Tries to press a button on wake up, not working out. We have a lot of options here. To the other side, I think the follow-up completed whip there. One blocked special move could spell the doom for Sproos. What's it gonna be? Activating the install. Yes, and gets that follow-up out before Stun Dipper. This is actually great. RC is available. Doesn't even have to use it. Perfect place from Sproos. Very nice spacing there. It just warms your heart when Stun Dipper gets called out by, you know, whatever sequence. Because it is one of the most difficult things to challenge in the game. Ooh. Marsa's missing there. Was Sproos still unhittable? Counter hit. The dash. And then the 8-way movement out of that fly position. 3 straight wins for Yasers, and then three English. 3 straight wins for Sproos after that. And now, where are we heading after this? RC towards the corner. Now, the air coming out soon. However, the 6B mash, unable to construct a block string that is tight enough there. It is understandable as, you know, there's quite a lot of very fine-tuned timings for, you know, your pressure loops as Bedman, which can be kind of difficult for you know, rookie to, and even like intermediate players to perfectly weave together. But sproos once again proves that the momentum has completely switched or swung to a different direction. Not dropping even a single round. He works out as a reversal option. We have a burst available. Wild Assault is gonna take that option momentarily away from sproos, allowing Yasers to complete the combo as well. We've got the 2P mash into the Beyblade, followed up by an immediate SDP RC. It kind of looked like Yaser was trying to bait that burst, but again, the block wasn't quite there. Here we go, Wild Assault, leading into strike throw. Again, this situation, but it doesn't work out. It is too slow. If we only had a standard DP or a standard startup like reversal super, that heavy fireball setup could be reversible. And I think many characters in the game can as well. But unfortunately not Bedman. Here we go. Rolling the follow-up, 6 heavy, 1 more coming, however, oh wait, the ball came out and it actually, Yasers shot themselves into it as after that. Unfortunately not able to follow it up, and now Yasers with the pressure, through the wall we go. Wait, not going through the wall, hello? What was that? Yasers is blocking here, spending the 100 to get out of the sticky situation. Definitely worth it. And there we go. Bedman, one of those characters who actually have pretty decent prospects for taking out the opponent on their last pixels. Air fireballs, kind of hard to chase. And after an air fireball, you do produce a follow-up which tracks the opponent fairly well. They would have to be moving extremely fast to be able to completely avoid it. Low slash, big starter, sproos knows, burst that immediately, get that out of the way. But now Yaser still pushing sproos towards the corner, break it with a hard one. Reversal super is available for sproos here, but also the leggy of the king, 5k, the safe meaty. Ever looming threat. Yaser with a lot of, oh, I think I saw the startup of that move, Stun Dipper, yes indeed, go straight into RC and prevent the opponent from pressing buttons. Yeah, the install is strong, but it is generally best utilized when you already have an error rolling, so to speak, so that you can guarantee that at least one of them is gonna come out. Alright, with a cool combo. Break it once again with Sacred Edge. Steal anybody's game here. 5k, immediate, yeah, RC sees, feels it. Not only sees it, but feels it in their bones as that strike rings nowhere. And Yasers brings it 4 points even. Neck to neck so far. Was a very massive start for Yasers. Now the situation completely equalized. Yasers with the exceptional whatchamacallit, execution for players of this level. And then sproos' ability to choose the right buttons at neutral and then flow into the pressure situations. Ooh, that was cute! You know, once in a while, sproos getting these like 6 sequences out basically spells doom to Yasers round almost immediately. It is the keen senses on the reversal DPs that Yasers has been rocking with. I think not even, speaking of the devil, not even a single reversal DP has been baited so far. But it doesn't seem to be slowing down sproos anymore. That is definitely one kind of way that you can approach an RPS situation. Oh, did they press? No, it's gonna be baited here. And interesting, it's gonna be the RTL, not the DP. But I mean, technically RTL is, how fast is RTL again? 10 frames? think it's like roughly the same startup as Kai's DP, which is also not a 9-framer. Alright, Sproos in the lead once again, but for how long? Here we go, that's gonna be punished. Not by a whole lot though. Yasers went for the 5 BP. Sproos nonetheless. Momentum bursting, keeping the target in the corner. Unfortunate trade there. That's gonna take Sproos out of his error. Trade in Sproos' favor. No DPs this time, and we are looping these combos in the corner. Very decently hitting for Bedman for sure. It's not the definitely not the damage department that Bedman is struggling from. The biggest problem for the game plan of this character usually tends to be the setup phase of your pressure. Getting the follow-up out, or the what do they call it? Damn. Aphasia coming soon for QK. Error, that's the one. But now Yasers working with a really massive life lead. The close slash actually whiffing there. Hello? The air movement of Bedman? Kinda nice. Moving at the perfect angle that initially Sproos' or rather Yasers' anti-air did miss. Dropped around in the end though. They can do the corner, reversal DP, yep. So we're gonna have to work for another error there. Nice neutral jump, shimmy. Also called the Finnish shimmy in the Street Fighter 6 community. Alright, activating. This is gonna hit OTG, I believe. Yes, indeed. So not gonna break the wall, but it's gonna offer Yasers a very nice pressure situation. Lots of chip damage coming in from this dagger install mode. And especially the movement speed. Look at this. Goes fast. I mean, White Wild Assault goes pretty fast as well. Room, motherfucker. Yasers jumping over that one.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Alright, Stun Dipper unfortunately connects initially too close to the target, which is the eternal curse of ZoKHiZ. You have to combo into that tool from decently far away so that the first hit and the second hit sufficiently combo into one another. Here we go. RC, we are gonna have the follow-up. Causing a wall stick. Misses the wall break this time. Not the worst deal, I suppose. But now having to hold this electrified pressure. Ooh! Was that a micro step forward that made Yasers put them inside the corner? Or into the in the corner? Uh-oh. Alright, looking okay. Yasers, or Sproos still somewhat okay. Stun Dipper RC. Even situation, this combo is gonna equalize it. In fact, that's gonna carry into the corner. What am I saying? Kisk boys got the corner carry. Initial RPS victory. We're gonna be holding on to that. But again, I think in that air floating state, when you have that 8-way dash available for Bedman, I think you can't block during that state, so... There we go, the backstep this time. First DP, first reversal DP, baited for Sproos. You've given Sproos too much power. He now has your number, does he not? Again, trying to go for the slow reversal super to no avail, unfortunately. There's actually enough time for Yasers to even dash forward there and still block. But for the first time in a while, Yasers grabbing the lead here at a very crucial moment towards the end of the set. Working with a combo, hard knockdown, losing a little bit of momentum, but not too much, because Sproos inevitably had to unleash that burst in the end still. Here we go, very minus from that S-stun edge. There we go, low profiling. That's the curse of Kai DP. He reaches extremely high and behind Kai, but he doesn't reach low at all. So very prone to getting low profiled. Sproos missing their meaty, traversing a little too close to the sun, and with this, yeah, you got it. Wild Assault into Dragon Install, break the wall with style. And now Yasers on the first set point of this set. Let's see if they can get a quick closeout on the round here, or on the set here. Yep, it's gonna be minus, especially since Sproos stood up for that one. I believe -2 exactly. Drift in there, got the jump D, maybe even better than the air throw. Who knows, but drop the combo still. Sproos now fighting for their life. 2P into the Beyblade. Oh, what a big counter hit out of that one. Evades the DP. I tell you, Sproos has way too much power if he somehow manages to survive here. Oh no, the DP bait. Here comes Yasers with a big combo. That's gonna be a wall stick, isn't it? No, that's never gonna be a wall stick. And a good reversal. Finally working out for Sproos. Still somehow alive. All right, we are stabilizing. And now, let me tell you this much. I think since Sproos survived here, this is Sproos' set. He has the baits. He knows the DP is coming, and he can do it. He can draw those out. Uh-oh, but the counter hit 6B, electrifying Sproos through the wall. White Wild Assault is gonna guard break Yasers. DP between the fireball hits. Nothing done. Throw towards the right corner. But that should be it. Yasers finds a good confirm out of the heavy fireball. Whatever Sproos tried to do there did not work out, unfortunately, and Yasers, just in the nick of time, does another momentum reversal and runs away with 2 games from a 5-5 situation. But what a great set, back and forth, all around. Especially since Sproos started with a 3-0, or rather, started 3 rounds down, still not letting it get to them, and fighting till the bitter end, like a champion. All right, speaking of wild stuff, here's some wild things you might already know. Ara, Soul player from the Saudis, makes their return. One of the wildest Soul players that we have had on Bounty Hunters. Gonna go against Aquila this time around. Not Aquila's Axel, but it's gonna be the Johnny. Let me see, what was Ara's Discord name? Would be nice if I knew how to ping my players. Is this Ara? Curses. Am I pinging the right player? Oh, never mind. We got Ara already on the lobby. Well, that's that problem solved. Then we also need Aquila. Who is also joining the lobby. Ah, look at that. Didn't even have to do anything. And just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, bro. The TOing will take care of itself. All right, a Middle East show off, or shootout? I guess shootout is that. Decent noun. Soul versus Johnny. One of these characters wants to get close and personal right away, and the other would rather guard break you first before getting close and personal.
Cannot change society.
Johnny, of course, with much more reach, much more ability to zone the opponent out, to keep the opponent out. Yeah, starting with that DP right off the bat. Aquila calls it out with a big disjoint of 2S. Wait, is Johnny's 2S disjointed? I'm pretty sure it is, right? Both players going for the throw. However, the player who whips the throw first will get the frame advantage, unfortunately, and it ends up usually being the aggressor. Here we go, jump heavy into a big combo. Heavy DP, go again. Hopefully the connection is okay. It looks like there's some staggering here and there, but maybe it's just my old eyes. Alright, DP missing, go for another DP, this is what we're talking about. The wild stuff starting from the first game. Already, whipping a 6S, taking a step back, Vortex. Unless that turn up is triggered, nothing gonna stop this train. And now with the premium plus frames from the far slash of Mr. Bad Guy through the wall we go. Neither player with a 50 yet. There we go, Vortex from downtown, and there's nothing that Aquila can say about that at the current moment. That was like speedrunning speed, was that not? I think this is like the high pace match that this is gonna be. Of course, Soul, Mr. Bad Guy being probably the highest damage character in the game. And then Aquila, known to be a pretty wild player themselves. Ooh, 6B working against that too heavy, was it, from Johnny? Interesting, you know, that interaction works. Missing the close slash, unfortunately, a little bit too much pop-up from that combo. Here we go, this time, finding the throw. It is Aquila who straight up goes for the throw deal into a TK Mistfighter. Spent RC on this deal from the skies. Generally, if you want to go for the vault into deal, you're gonna have to spend 50 meter into it if you want to actually follow it up, because it is gonna be, no matter the situation, quite minus. Sometimes even punishable if you end up in the opponent's point blank range. Nice block on the overhead. We react to those, apparently. There we go. Ooh, deal another one. Guard Crush is available. Not gonna get the turn up though. And Ara committing to a deep dash. Another one. Johnny with a decent. Sees the DP coming, and the third one for style points. Not even the most optimal punish, but just, you know, driving in the point that throws are coming. I mean, there's gonna be way more than throws coming from Ara at this point. Very nice instant air dash, punish there from Aquila over the fire and the flames. Oh, but the Vortex working as an occasional accidental anti-air of sorts. Yep, here we go again. It is sometimes very infuriating when that happens to you. But you know, maybe if you get anti-aired like that, then you can consider maybe it was better to stay on the ground instead against Mr. Bad Guy. It is always a risk when you take off the ground. You basically leave your footsie position with the wild throw. I'm gonna take a second one this time. And 6S. What a call out, reading that the Mistfighter stance will be backdashed to a safer, quotation, safer distance. And just swings at it.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. Duel 1.
Very much a Nagoriyuki kind of like a situation. With a back Hukyo into a strike, which Johnny can do as well. Can assume Mistfighter stance, dash forward, can dash backwards. Play that as a reset, or just unleash the Mistfighter straight off the dash to play it as a frame trap. Which kind of ends up building the sort of basis of Johnny's pressure game. And then of course, if you have cards down there, you're gonna get a massive guard crush and be able to play a very tricky strike throw, perhaps even high-low. Here we go, 2K tick into a throw. We are in the premium striking distance, trying to anti-it. STP whips, goes for it again. But the turn up, the box is a little too large here. Won't be able to air dash over it. Aquila, back dashing out of there. 6K, drive-by, catching Ara. Now the reversal super. I forgot if the Joker trick is an actual reversal, but nevertheless, whatever the case, does not end up working this time around. Nice jump! Oh no! That was a nice neutral jump that could have punished the BB on the way down. But Aquila ended up taking the Mistfinder stance in the air, halting their air momentum, and missing the window. No attempt to punish here. Waiting, just passionately looking into the eyes of Ara before unleashing that red wild assault. Oh, the FRC, surely gonna go, oh, never mind, not gonna go into a wall break. And the immediate reversal super from Aquila. Gonna give them a little bit of a breather here. Ooh, that card is dealt a little too far for Aquila's tastes. Momentum burst, keeping Aquila in the corner after the first Abare attempt. Again, the 6K and the instant air dash missing each other. And Ara ready to bait the burst this time around. Here we go, engaging with... Ooh, interesting. Was that... That was still in throw-in boost, perhaps? Question mark? The jump heavy once again snipes the deal attempt out of that vault. The vault deal is, you know, it's not the, like, as long as the opponent is kind of putting something out there, putting any sort of hitbox out there, you should be able to counter poke it, prevent it from going active. Speaking of preventing something from going active, actually surprised that that air Mistfinder whipped there. RS deep dash, paying dividends. Fourth win in a row here for Ara.
Mankind knew that they cannot.
Aquila just not quite have been able to mount the guard crush loop kind of pressure that you often wanna try to, you know, do on Johnny. Another big close slash counter hit. Tried to jump out and the vortex once again going through. The vortex really is one of those tools that sort of exploit your opponent's fear. If you're not willing to stand and bang with the opponent, if you're... There we go! This is exactly the kind of stuff that Aquila is gonna need to call those out. Put active hitboxes on the round. Or on the ground, rather. But man, even after those 2S callouts, Ara still ready to go in with another vortex. It's been working out with very scary efficiency. So I suppose whatever the old Chinese men tell you, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. And again, DPing forward, the SDP into SDP. Skipping a hop, a little too far to connect with that Ensenga. Who's gonna get the throw? It's Aquila. Deal into, not gonna be able to strike that card. And here comes Ara with it, sweeping the, changing the position, potentially getting a wall break. Yes, indeed. No resources to get the heart knockdown. Aquila, on the other hand, quite a lot of resources to spend here. No guard crush? What's the... Wait a second. Did we not get a clean swipe on the card? Reversal as the 50 extra meter and the burst. That was literally everything that Aquila spent to get out of that corner position, but still could do it. BB into SDP. A trick as old as time.
Soul wins.
The classic sequence from olden KOF days or King of Fighters days. Do something punishable, but make it as hard to punish as possible, and then swing a DP. If they're trying to punish you, if they're even a little late, it's gonna ring true. Very comitative kind of playstyle, but you know, man's gotta have a code to live by, as they say. And it has been working out for Ara here, getting thrown in the corner and the DP. Yes, indeed, of course, because we had 100 meter still to go. That's 2 stocks of DP RCs that we could go for. Even a Tyrant Rave RC if you're feeling wild. That is an option that does call out throw options as well. There you go, trying to DP through the deal. Not this time around though. Aquila trying to assume a spacing Footsie's position. However, here comes the trade once again. Missing with the combo. Both players switching sides back and forth. Nice reaction. Put the J in there. They do say that the Bandit Bringer is kind of hard to ground an anti-air unless you have extremely blessed buttons. But you can definitely react to it with DPs or even reversal supers if you're a goat. The Rave is gonna whiff. Aquila is gonna go into the super of their own, but to no avail. Ara blazing forward with 6 wins in a row and looking for one more to close this out.
Mankind Duel 1. Let's rock.
The Air Bandit Bringer though is... Wait, was the Air Bandit Bringer or was that a grounded one? Because the grounded one is slightly minus but not punishable. But from the air one, you can always get a punish of your choice, pretty much. Or at least, like, you should be able to get a jab, 2k or something. Ooh, nice whiff punish against the 6P. Going into a vault deal. Bandit Bringer with its swift hitbox slicing. Aquila on the way down. Aquila with the life lead here. Dealing. Engaging close slash, one of the best close slashes in the game. For sure. Whenever in need, call the close slash. Using the punish combo, reset into BB, and that close slash counter hit once again. Is that gonna be enough? Yes, indeed. And now Ara on their first set point. There we go, starting it with an SDP. No fear whatsoever, go into another one. Oh my god. This is what it means to rumble and tumble, I guess. Waiting for the DP. Committing to the strike at the very last moment. And now, one more hit. Where's it gonna come from? Is it gonna be that throw, or is it gonna be the jump heavy? The SDP does not deal enough damage, misses with the DP, close slash punish, bringing home Aquila. Make them pay. A successful combo. But now DPRC is available. Slow down frames, preventing Ara from going for the DP right away, but the far slash and the 7-0 sweep from Ara. A little too much to handle for Aquila this time around. The extremely wild playstyle. I think we have like a little bit of a theme this week. We had Spades over, we had Ara over. Who else? All right. Moving on. Speaking of wild, we got the other Finnish Nago boys coming in the form of Hoplan. It's gonna be facing Ehmu tonight. So Hoplan is a very interesting case. Since the first time we saw Hoplan on screen against, I think their debut match was against, was it against Machamai, I think? Since those times, Hoplan has leveled up so much you wouldn't even believe it. This is probably the best work ethic I've seen from a rookie player since, God, I don't know, since Elitian Matibo from the Exert era. Just grinding it out every single day, not letting their ego get in the way, just willing to get washed so that in the future they can be the one who washes. Okay, we got Ehmu in the lobby as well. I would still say that Ehmu is gonna be the up dog going into this. What's the opposite of underdog? I don't know. It sounds funny. Either way, Hoplan is probably gonna be still the underdog going into this set, but it is Nagoriyuki, and Hoplan has been leveling up so much. Perhaps there might actually still be a chance. We're gonna have to see. Missing the red wild assault, red wild assault, the red wild assault conversion there, unfortunately. And now backdash out of that meaty. This is definitely a slightly different kind of matchup than what you're probably used to playing, as it is perhaps like for just about any character in Guilty Gear Strive's roster. Chip is such a weird character. Moves fast, moves around so fast, can pretty much whiff punish any of your buttons at any range due to his mobility. So you're gonna have to play very carefully against this fast pixie character. Here we go, within the meaty, unfortunately, went for the too heavy. However, Ehmu is approaching from below. I'm gonna get this wall break. Nago, however, because Hoplan is so low in blood at the moment, still has a pretty decent... Oh, look at that! Send them into the stratosphere! That's a lot of damage coming through, and Hoplan is not gonna pop. In fact, will deal 60% damage from Ehmu. But here comes the Ehmu special. Which side? Ah, the drive-by jump heavy. Cleaves all around Chip, and we'll be able to clip Hoplan out of that Beyblade. To S5 heavy towards the corner. Blood is looking mighty high, so potentially reaches with the 5k. Bar slash. Here we go. Hukyo to S into a bite. Are you ready to react? If not, here I come. And Hoplan opens it up. 1-0. The countless of hours of grinding,
Mankind knew that.
slowly rushing in, as if spirits sent by his people. What was that? Round start gold burst. All right. Was probably expecting Hoplan to extend themselves into it. I think if you swing with an S or a heavy button, that would work out probably. Right, casual IB there on the way out, and 5B on the clone. Perfect counterplay. It's exactly what you want to do against the clone. When Chip sends it at you, you can definitely poke it, and once you poke it, the main body takes damage as well. Here comes the throw bait. Diagonal Alpha. Deflect Shield does push. Oh, Ehmu trying to reach for the 5B as a whip punish. Didn't look at Hoplan's blood, and perhaps this is for the best. This is gonna empty Hoplan's blood gauge, and here we go. Fukyo forward. And a DP, that's a kill! Tappo saatana! With literally 1 life to spend. It was actually a good thing. Just pop, get all of your blood resources back. Here we go, throw towards the corner. Setting up the shop. Once again, Deflect Shield, the go-to defensive method for Hoplan, has been working out very well so far, but not able to get out of this sticky situation. Tries it again. This time Ehmu baits, I think purposely whipping the meaty there to test out whether Hoplan is ready to whip it again. Now, that's gonna have long-lasting consequences. I mean, technically, since we went through the wall, Hoplan already built that 50 burst back. This is Season 3 Stripe after all. You're building back burst like it was nobody's business. It's fine. You're gonna have it back. Alright, speaking of things that are gonna come back, Ehmu is gonna come back with vengeance here to haunt Hoplan on the Oki. Safe jump. First gets them out of there, the second even DP, but immediate burst from Ehmu. Dashes in there aggressively 6P into a super. And now Hoplan with 50 meter, no deflect shield available this time. The cross-up Alpha Blade. That one thing that does not deal the most amount of damage, but in a situation like this where you're basically RPSing for the opponent's last pixel, it comes into really good. It just delivers a lot of the time. And the diagonal alphas as well are relatively safe. So Hoplan on high plot, needs the overhead, that's gonna be a lot of damage, maximum damage coming through. Oh, but wait a second, with the back throw, and another one. Gee, Hoplan, how does your mom let you have 2 back throws? Swinging too heavy, and the anti-airs are so on point, pop's imminent. But it's a perfect pop, we're gonna set up a mix-up here, 5B, 5B. Nope, no mix-up this time around. I wonder if that 5B, is that 5B a safe meaty if Ehmu was to go for a DP instead? Perhaps? Maybe no words in chat, no? Alright, good, well-timed 6B there is gonna call out the Beyblade. Rare footage of actually Beyblade getting counter-poked by something. Alright, back throw, my beloved, tries to bite, goes for it a little too early. However, I think the close slash is gonna whip in the super here. This is not only gonna return a lot of blood, but put Ehmu through the wall. Never mind, like I said, this will never break the wall. That's a silly thing to assume. Rekka, overhead, we're confirming. Not quite getting the wall break here, but Ehmu still working with a 50. Yep, that's gonna be it. Hoplan ain't gonna be able to build into that full burst meter in time. That's a really good copy pasta. I love that. Alright, fishing with a 2S. Reaching very far, even on very low amounts of blobs. It's like actually one of the most relevant button that gets buffed the more blood you have, along with buttons like 5 heavy. 2S actually gets slightly faster as well, depending on blood level. Drops the combo. Overhead Rekka, no 50 meter to convert just yet. Ehmu looking for the whiff punish once again and finds it. This is the nature of Chip's pressure, so tricky. Even though a lot of those buttons, as well as Rekka 1, are quite minus on block, Chip is able to create these, you know, what do they call it in Street Fighter? Spacing trap kinds of situations. Nice whip punish there. Can create these spacing trap kind of situations where if your opponent doesn't swing into you immediately, then you get to reset your pressure. But if they do and you're walking back, then you get a whiff punish because you're Chip freaking Zanov. So no right or wrong options in those pressure situations. Although a nice trade here. Oh no! Oh, okay. Oh yes. Ooh, I was sweating there. At the end, getting the stick with 5B, saving it up. Nice. The White Wild Assault will be able to pop Ehmu fairly high up into the skies. And the back Fukio, 6 heavy, massive disjoints, completely undeployable. Hoplan, evening it 2-0, 2 even. I think Hoplan has a pretty active reversal bait game, having played countless of hours against some of the best DP characters, Sinkisk, in the game. So should know a good DP bait when there's a time for it. Here we Go with the safe jump, deflect shield, and nice! Follows it up immediately. That's kind of the way how you should always do it. As the deflect shield, the biggest value is gonna be making the opponent whiff something. Reversal is good. I'm seeing close slash. And once again, throw the ninja to the skies, draw that blood. And into the offense, stab them with a 2S. This time, not gonna go into the bite, which was the option last time. Chip damage imminent, break them. Alright, the classic back Rukio straight into Beyblade, which tends to punish a lot of strong buttons at round start. Bar slash 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 finds its mark. Hoplan is finding surprisingly good amount of like these far-reaching pokes. Seems to be always standing at the perfect spacing. You know, swinging even stuff like far slash is very dangerous after all against Chip. But Ehmu on Chip will technically have to always kind of play it by ear, check how much blood Hoplan has, and adjust their spacing based on that. With the 5 heavies, range is gonna increase as the blood increases. Both players immediately bursting. But Hoplan still remaining in the corner, whips the throw, and just in time, perfectly builds up the 50 meter and immediately goes into the super. And here's where it starts. Hoplan does have... Oh, but I think that's a safe jump, right? Yes, indeed. But I mean, hey, I guess they do say you shouldn't just assume that their safe jumps are clean. You should probably test drive them at least once, right? Because who knows? Ah, but that's gonna be a kill. That would be the most embarrassing thing ever if you just, you know, play the whole set and your opponent is just doing fake safe jumps and you're just assuming they're clean. Man, that would suck. Waiting for the DP there. Slight hesitation, no hesitation in that close slash though. Slice them, deflect shield, countered by an immediate Fukyo forward. Get down onto the ground, get the throw. And now, Samurai Mix imminent. Yes, indeed, you got mixed up. Alright, Rekka 2 is quite minus, but still able to backdash out of there. I forget exactly how much. That's something like almost minus 10, is it? It's usually going to be a straight up punish on close slash. Now, I think Ehmu was thinking about it for a moment. This is a player who loves to play the Zanzei Roga from time to time. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Look at this Chad spacing it perfectly. Chips, DP, beta plate. That's why they have the beta in the name. Not good. Not the best DP in the game for sure. And Hoplan knows it. Stands at the perfect spacing. Just taking advantage of the small, tiny hitbox of that reversal. I mean, it's not really that tiny, but you know. We love hyperboles here. I break their guard, plus frames. That risk gauge looking kinda red at the moment. A very important momentum breaker here for Ehmu, able to, during this pressure string, and potentially this positive bonus string, able to make that risk tick down completely. Especially since Ehmu didn't have access to burst to clear out all of that risk either. And it's still going. Hoplan with all of the resources available. What are we gonna do? Gold burst, not punishable unless you go for a gold buster or something like that. Tries to swing a 6p Ehmu to no avail. The Beyblade is already active on you. Ah, there we go, the whip punish. Don't you dare to whip on Zip Chanov. First Genrozan off the game. Putting that option on board as well. Oh, big counter hit, 6 heavy. That wall break is gonna bring Hoplan ever so closer to the burst, which they probably don't want to use this round. Not that they would have a chance to anyway. The end of that round was technically just, you know, building back to the full burst, and now we do have the White Wild Assault option available. We might as well Beyblade as well. Hoplan in the sky, burst. Hoplan still has decent amount of blood available though. Drift forward, too early into the bite. Again, Rozan working out, just as the doctor ordered. Nice backdash, completely evades it, and you know what's it gonna be. Counter hit state. Don't you dare to whiff throws in Gilded Air Strive. That's a no-no zone. Did you say, if you wanna go for the throws, the safest option is to have 50 meter ready to go in case you need to PRC option select, or PRC it. I mean, you can option select it as well if you want. Usually towards the end of the round, rather, though. Plus frames from the clone. Hoplan. Not very thrilled about the prospect of staying in the corner against Chip. It's the nastiest against Chip pressure when you have nowhere to retreat to, when Chip can just choose how to construct that spacing trap completely. And Hoplan with a massive life lead. Here comes the Zansei Roga catching Hoplan out of the backdash, or was that back Kukyo? And then into a low. But it went a little too close. Hoplan reaching for the reversal throw. The beloved option of all Nuggle players. Again, this time a little too far. Ooh, still keeps the combo going. 40% down, gone from Ehmu. And the wall break, yep. All that blood that Hoplan spent for that those two sequences is gonna be forgiven here. Forgiven here. I think that white Bliskke was a little too meaty, because technically it usually hello? From where? Okay. We kind of chilling. The funny thing was, after that hit, Hoplan actually knocked Ehmu into the corner, so that would have been a really nice position to fight from still. But I mean, that was enough to kill. Alright, Hoplan with a massive advantage here. Oh, okay. Solidarity Gold Burst. Sees, alright, this poor fella spent all of their burst resources. Let me do the same. Just to make it interesting. Swing with the too heavy. Swinging again. Nice. Instant air dash out of the corner. Ehmu completely flipping the situation to its head. But after this hard knockdown, Hoplan again, all the resources available. Backdash, blue RC, and finds Ehmu doing something. Where did that close slash go? Hello? Oh, and don't you dare press a button. Ehmu took a big risk there. Might have actually been trying to reversal. Oh, slash, immediate burst. This could be Ehmu's last dance. Because this is Hoplan on set, blowing high blood. Here come the mosquito bites. Left, right, where we going? Catch the backdash with again, Rozan. But this 6K is actually gonna get caught by the reversal super. It's gonna relieve the blood pressure quite a bit and give Hoplan potentially a nice mix-up. Mixing into a bite. One more hit. Backdash works out for Ehmu. We're still alive. Reaching for the throw. No. Called out by the diagonal alpha. Very close to 50. I think Ehmu would have taken that round if they had the 50 right then and there. Again, Rozan. My beloved. But Nagos heavy. We'll be able to take it with another mosquito bite. The alpha cross up. BP round start, that's a big one. There's a lot of options we could end this. Ends it in a hard knockdown without breaking the wall. A big whiff there on that 6 heavy, allowing Ehmu to switch sides. I think Ehmu was, creating another spacing trap there. So Ehmu is definitely still alive. But not in a comfortable position for sure. Gold burst, ooh, that's gonna be big, and is he gonna be able to even burst or build into that burst? Hoplan rising into the skies. It is 7-2. I wrote out Hoplan way too soon. What did I say again? Hoplan was the underdog going into this? Bullshit! This man, this grinder man, this dude. Don't let the appearances fool you. This guy is kind of a gamer. Wow. I mean, honestly, I wasn't actually sure if Hoplan was at a level to beat Ehmu already, but man, we've gotten there. The ancient old wisdom. Play the game, get better at the game. Seems to ring true here. Tested and patented by Hoplan himself. Damn, who would have thought? Yeah, I don't really know anybody in the community at the moment who plays more than Hoplan. And it's always it feels right. It just feels right when you can see the players who spend so much time improving in the game, when they get better, visibly better, it feels like everything is right and true in the world. Everything seems to be in order. Everything seems to be cause and effect, you know? Right, but we are heading into the two so-called main events of the evening then. First one gonna be PokemaniacHD, our most active, is that good English? Our most active regular out of the Untitled gang. It's gonna go off against Bliskke, one of the newer Norwegian faces, and one of the highest highest English please. One of the highest level sin players that we have on Bounty Hunter's roster as of recent. God help me, 2 more games. I've been casting fighting games since 2 p.m. 2 more to go, QK. 2 more to go. Right, so Pokey has played this matchup quite a bit. I can guarantee, because I have been one of those Sin players. Both these characters have decent amount of good stuff against each other. Sin, of course, best DP in the game, and you would love to be a DP character against Anji. Especially in the past, not necessarily as much nowadays, because Anji does have slightly better options against DP Mash. Still, a very good option to have in your pocket. Now, Anji, the Gorilla Spin is quite strong against far-reaching pokes. And Sin tends to have decent amount of recovery in his best pokes. Ergo, you should have pretty decent RPS against Sin as Anji. 2 characters who are extremely explosive, good conversions, good flow. Sin with probably the better pressure. Anji with perhaps more mix-up potential, although it comes from not necessarily from the from like it generally comes from all sorts of whatchamacallit, tricky stuff, nasty stuff. Anji doesn't necessarily have like the best mix-up game baked into his kit, I guess is what I'm trying to say, but that goes for both these characters. Like Hoof Elk is also, you know, something that you can definitely counterplay by reacting to. I mean, you're not gonna react to Hoof, but you can react to Elk. So there is some high-level counterplay if you are willing to learn. What was that whip punish? Far slash? Oh my goodness. Speaking of that far slash, so Anji far slash is one of the few far slashes in the game that can actually reach low enough to catch Elk. So there is that as well. Anji in general tends to have like fairly okay, like normal to normal interactions versus Sin. And also, Elk Hunt, when you have a good option against Elk Hunt, you're probably gonna be sitting very nicely against Sin. If Sin Elks at you, Gorilla Spin. Don't really need to think about more. It's gonna give you a close slash most of the time. Big reward, good call out. Nice, good spacing there for Bliskke.
Duel 2.
Go immediate burst for Pokey, and into the pressure. Yeah, we're not afraid to DP though. Bliskke is one of those daredevil players. 2P though. I could talk about 2P from Anji for hours as well though. Seems to like does fairly well in this matchup against a lot of sequences that Sin would love to play. Go backdash out of the 6K, missing the Shin. However, here comes Pokey, RC, very delayed. That's a very reminiscent sequence to stop like Stun Dipper, very late PRC forward. Kind of like let the opponent sort of show their first frame of their option, then you stop time, drift into them, and then pick a choice that can beat that, whatever you're seeing. Go into the overhead. Yep, standing up to block it. Ooh, okay, this is missing the punish there, but splitting the positions, which is perhaps even more important here. Yep, against the fish, you're not gonna be able to RC your way out of that. Get the bar slash. Players trying to find a hit. Nice. Even though Sin not with the best jump-in buttons, the jump slash there, catching as a sort of a whiff punish of sorts, as Pokey was trying to swing with a far slash, I think it was. Start Elk, immediate burst, alright. Alright, last frames, checking with a 2K. And through the wall we go, with a full burst. Gonna get a very comfortable hard knockdown as well. Plus with that one hit Elk, or the Elk 1. There is RPS of that Elk. So the first hit, of course, on block -8, even on hit -5. The threat is, of course, if Sin chooses to spend a stamina on that, gives you a big frame trap. So you're always weighing your options between, am I gonna try to poke into Elk? Hard bait here for Pokey. But Bliskke, smartly, not willing to burst yet. Where they are sitting on a round lead. Yeah, the 2S that Pokey has been using is very difficult button for Sin to challenge at round start. I think there is no button that you can do unless you go into like a very hard read hoop stomp. So a lot of the times you would, but the dash jump for counter hit and a clean hit will be able to push Pokey into the wall and break it as well. The backdash misses the combo. Kind of good on Bliskke that they were willing to they were kind of willing to check if Pokey's combo works out or not. And because there was that combo drop, they didn't need to commit to that burst yet. That's kind of the kind of patience that I love to see from high-level players. Low slash, caught Pokey backdashing, so airborne. Won't be able to connect with the 6K here, but still, with the pressure, we go into Kara Super. One of the loveliest features of the Kisk. Well, not the Kisk family, but especially for Sin Kisk. And there we go, box in the corner. Ooh, the whip punish on 6 heavy. Yeah, Bliskke has been micro walking back at the round start, respecting Anji's options. Here we go, trying to invite Pokey in. Nice. immediate one-hit hit confirm out of that hoof stomp. Very efficient, very economic. Nice punish with the 2B there. And now Anji and Poki completely loaded 100 meter will actually hit the shin or the what is it? The Nagi hits it a little too high. Air to air, jump K. Actually leads into a pretty decent conversion here. Oh, that's a big one. Is that better than close slash? Surely not. I think close slash is like one of the only buttons in the game that is just universally no correlation whatsoever, right? Got the clean hit, but not close enough to break the wall. Uh-oh, here comes Poki with a good burst read. This could be a kill. RC is available, or Iseogi as well. Should shave off the last pixels with the multiple hits. Poki finally on board as well. Just in time before Blisske runs away with too much momentum. Here we go, a very delayed far slash there. Catches Poki's, was that a fully charged, a fully charged spin or whatchamacallit, Hujin? Nice! Sliding under Poki and getting a punish on the way down. That's the kind of punishes that we want to work with. Super into. Misses the clean hit. Could have actually been the kill there. I think it was worth trying the clean hit because without it, you're probably not gonna kill Anji with his massive defensive modifier. Both players trying the air-to-air game. Both swinging a miss. 5B into a big driver. I think the last hit was actually blocked, but chip damage goes through. Once again, the micro walk back. Both players working with that. Very safe round start. Bliskke has expanded all of his stamina. So now it's a little bit of time stall until we can unleash the full repertoire of ZoKHiZ. But in the meantime, Poki has been able to carry Bliskke into the right corner. 6B into. Quick 1, 2, 3. Kara super. Maximum amount of frame advantage as well from that clean hit. Oh, wow! That actually goes into a hoof stomp. Wow! I was like, no way anything connects there. But I guess with the dash momentum, Bliskke is able to get that bar slash to connect into a hoof stomp. True combo string. Ooh, not believing in that one. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that Anji has to actually worry about during that butterfly setup because, you know, Sin could DP immediately, Sin could DP between the hits, could hit DP before the bird goes down again. There's just so many layers compared to somebody who doesn't have a DP available. Alright, that should be it. From the overhead, Rin RC, the classic from Anji's kit. Again, the backwalk. Backwalk into bar slash. Absolute banger of a classic round start. Into, ooh, goes into an empty throw instead of the empty low. The empty low tends to be the go-to option because you can play it as a meaty to check basically the opponent from doing anything. I think it was Kacho who gets to read though. Meter to cancel into a wall break yet. Swings a call. Dangerous, dangerous. Now Bliskke has the meter to force this situation. RC forward. YRC, oh, he was able to see it. Doing that drift forward, he was able to see the startup of those YRC frames. Bliskke, perfect place here. And a punish. Ooh, misses just barely. I thought that distance was enough for a 2K. Jumpy, jumpy. Nice, hops over the 2S, which is naturally kind of hard button to deal with otherwise. Alright, spending a meter into it. Feels like lost decent amount of, or like didn't get the perfect combo that they wanted out of that Poki. OPG close slash into the 5B, sorry, the 2B is the usual suspect once again, aborting Bliske's pressure sequence. Eyes by able to churn Kato, who gets in between the Beak 1 and Beak 2. Through the wall you go, and now, guess for your life, Shin, a chip attempt. Again, Bliskke with those jump heavies. It's not even like a clean instant air backdash jump heavy that most Shin players love to play. It's the jump heavies from Bliskke come from very particular angles and very close to the ground as well. Kind of from distance where 6Bs tend to not be an issue. If they swing with a 6B, they're probably gonna end up missing. Alright, well, we are probably gonna be missing one match here, which is fine. Still only 1-4. I really like how Bliskke is sort of doing the right thing, I think, in this matchup, forsaking the powerful tool that is Elk to some degree, because Elk is so vulnerable against so many things against Anji, and goes for a much more of a patient kind of an approach. Doing the neutral jump baits, back jumps, waiting a perfect distance jump heavy, sort of waiting for Poke to extend, overextend even, and not committing into, you know, beak drivers, elks, far slashes, that kind of stuff that is like fairly easy to dance through. Wow, it looks like that's gonna be a very fast round. So Bliskke looking to threaten with the 5th point here as Poke's life slowly counting down. Yep, there we go. That is 5-1. Alright, Poke will sort of have to be, we're gonna have to have some sort of adjustment here fairly soon. 5 points is the sort of the, what do they call it? The point of no return, the point where it starts hurt a lot if we don't manage to find the solutions to some of these problems that Bliskke is presenting to Poke. Again, it's the jump heavy, the backwards jump heavy. Jump heavy from Sin Kiske is one of the most disjointed normals, one of the furthest horizontally reaching normals in the game. So when used kind of like that, with a backwards moving momentum, is extremely defensive. And the delay as well that Bliskke is using with that. Now, DPRC. Oh, ready to unleash the Kacho Hugage. That's gonna go through the wall. And give Poke positive bonus. Gonna need it. Could use some resources here. Quite the kill yet. Let's see if Poke wants to burst. No, Bliskke was trying to take the heart bait. Close slash. Here we go. 3 close slashes. My goodness. There's quite a lot of those. Here we go. Gotta go. So here's the other problem. So even if you are in the distance to, or in the spacing to punish that Nagiha, if your 2K reaches, I think your 2D often ends up whipping. Big counter hit here. RC. And we are gonna have a hard knockdown. Now Kacho Hugage is an option for Poke. Goes for a quick low into a high. And Poke does not dare to gamble on the super this time around. Yep, completely safe spacing there. TP into plus frames out of the 6k. Still working with one more stamina, using it here. And now we are point blank, so we have much more options to sort of stalling it out. No RC conversion, but the quick... Oh, hello! I mean, as long as you keep it flowing, that's all that matters. Even if you whiff some of your, you know, potential killing combos because you missed the RC, that's fine. That's completely fine. Alright, this time having a good delay timing on the gorilla spin. Plus frames. Bliskke tried to reach for a 6p, which would be an option if Poke tried to swing with a far slash afterwards. Or close slash, I suppose. Nagiha again, very late PRC drift forward. Kinda caught Bliskke, but not for very long. Here comes the Norwegian Sin, just bulldozing forward. And we thought Anji was the gorilla. Letting Anji recover off the wall. And then that ends up actually biting Bliskke in the ass. Right, good whiff punish there on the far slash. I think losing due to the low reach of Anji's far slash. There we go, once again a bluff out of Elk 1. But since Bliskke had stamina ready to be spent, there's always a risk to try to challenge that. And a perfectly timed Beak 1, Beak 2 frame trap. Putting Bliskke in set point position. Overhead, Rin hits, no RC though available yet. By B, yep, that's gonna go into a decent conversion and a wall break if Poke so desired. Tried to reset it, in fact. Close slash out of that spin. That's gonna hit hard. No, just wants to reset it again. That's probably the right call because breaking the wall wouldn't get the kill. Alright, staying very safe. Intercourse with the man is missed. And that means a huge portion of Poke's meter is gone. The rest is gonna go into this PRC. However, mounting a pressure position because of it. Good read on the backdash against that throw. Bliskke coming in with a too heavy 2P. Yes, that it trades. It trades when you go too heavy into elk or hoof. It does trade with those. But now Poke, last chance, last dance. Are we gonna use it? No, we are not. YRC from too far away. It is unfortunately hard-coded to not reach at those distances. And Bliskke staying at a safe distance, poking Poke to death. The power of the Norwegians. The scene that has been way too long, perhaps outside of the knowledge zone for some of the other European players, but they got some decent firepower over there. Speaking of firepower, another Norwegian player entering the fray, Strelitzia, stepping up to the plate to challenge one of the toughest competitors in Finland, Rygand May. Always placing at least top 8 in pretty much most of the tournaments they participate in Finland. But more often than that, probably top 3 material. Definitely part of the... If there is a current like trinity of top Finnish offline players, it's gotta be Rygand, Solid, and Shady. And Rygand always, not always, but most of the time, placing in the better positions in a given tournament. Now, Rygand and Strelitzia, I think they played a tournament match in Install 2024. And they've also played some tournament double elimination bracket matches since as well. And rumor has it that Rygand has been taking it so far. However, It's a very different kind of set here on FT7. Not a quick FT3. There's a lot of time to adjust, a lot of time to learn the opponent's habits and what have you. Right here, ladies and gentlemen, one of the finest of Finland going up against one of the finest from Norway. The last match of the evening.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blamed the beasts.
And the coolest thing, one of these characters is Asuka. Asuka is just one of the funniest, not funniest, one of the most fun fighting game characters to watch, especially when you're watching these grandmaster players who make like 10 different decisions per second. And Asuka really is one of those kind of characters. The combos, not necessarily like a super difficult character execution-wise, but the difficult choices that you have to make with this character, and especially the fast choices that you gotta make. You gotta have pretty decent reaction times, reacting to your own spells, such as when you're using this super. Now, Strelitzia was able to shop for the 2 key pieces of the Exodia, the auto bookmark as well as the mana regen buff. However, they are not gonna do much in your hand if you don't get to cast them, and Rygand knows this. Rygand tries to apply the pressure and disallow Strelitzia from casting it. Able to cast it now though. He actually has another Exodia in the hand already. It's a lot of utility, but able to still draw into a couple of offensive cubes. Yep, that's pretty much a Asuka round. Just unleashes the hand completely, immediately going into test case 3. We have some inferior stats in there, looks like, lingering from that test case 1. Now, this is a mana break, so Strelitzia, yeah, it's gonna be like that sometimes. Right, very diverse hand here. A normal cube, screamer, a buff, and a staff. But I mean, I think it's probably better. You would love to start with probably a couple of the standard cubes to have more of the the standard options open. You do have to get a hard knockdown first to be able to cleanly swap into test case 3 and go from there, right? Rygand, very close to mana breaking Strelitzia. Strelitzia won't be able to proc. Still respecting getting the mana shield broken. Drifting forward is Rygand and poking Strelitzia out of it. Again, one of those situations where there weren't too many good options. There were simply options. And you had to take one of the paths before you. Choosing to block on Wake Up, while it does not get you killed, it does get your mana shield broken, and that means every single strike coming following from Rygand is gonna do so much more than otherwise. Strelitzia did draw into a DP card here. But these good players, they are often looking at your hand as well, and sort of based on what they see, they're gonna make an educated guess as per whatever you wanna you might be wanting to cast next, and choose their next move as per that, based on that. Right, very low on health. Shopping for the cards, finds the Exodia and double arpeggio. That's gonna be a good find, especially since Rygand was technically knocked down. Out of that arpeggio, able to cast the Exodia, and now we're using spells. Here we go with the Black Hole Staff on board. Rygand knows it's not a very comfortable place to try to burst, even though one might love to look at that look at that health from Strelitzia. Any hit from special move on block would have done it. But it would have surely been super greedy. Another arpeggio in hand as well. Strelitzia looking for a quiet moment to cast some of the utility, hopefully. and would love to unleash this arpeggio if there's ever enough frames available to do so. Could use this Chaos Cube here. Yes, goes into it immediately. So that's gonna give enough time to go for the arpeggio. However, Rygand really good counterplay against that Gates. Basically goes airborne and starts air stalling with the jump D, so that all the cubes coming through the gate are gonna miss. All the bookmark. It's gonna expire here. Uh-oh, that was a little too early there. Strelitzia, are they gonna burst? They're gonna save. The safest play available. Right, a pretty good stable hand here. 2 cubes. Has the utility spell that refills your hand. Ooh, okay, bursting in order to not get knocked into the rainbow cube, which would have allowed Strelitzia to cycle a lot of resources. Case in point here, that rainbow cube is one of the best spells for stalling for time, doing juggles and drawing more cards, drawing more mana, cycling through your deck. No standard attack spells in hand, finds the DP card, or finds a good place to use the DP card rather. Now Rygand strike throw pressure. The mana recharge card that Strelitzia played early is doing super good work here, able to prevent the mana shield break from happening, even though Strelitzia was taking quite a lot of pressure. It is an interesting card and an interesting spell. Not only working as an offensive powerhouse kind of a buff, but also as a defensive buff. Kind of guarantees that you should never be able to be mana broken during that, I feel like.
Mankind knew that they cannot.
So technically makes it so that Asuka maintains the highest defense modifier in the game, as long as the buff is active. Now drew into a lot of really important buffs here. All the bookmark, another one of those copies in hand. Oh, it's coming back! Wait, that was a repulsion rod! The rod that you don't tend to see very often here. Completely bamboozling Rygand. I got bamboozled as well. So keeping Rygand grounded as best as possible. But now only utility in hand. We could teleport, but comes down with a button. That's the thing though, the threat of an option, and then you don't use the option. You make the opponent think. Of course Rygand was looking at what Strelitzia was holding and was like, alright, in that position they're definitely gonna teleport, right? And then they don't. Right, this is a lot of shit that Rygand just can't go through. Jump D, air stalling, ain't gonna be an option here. Burst out. And now here comes the relentless mauling from May. The downside is that Strelitzia was extremely high on mana when that sequence started. And no choice but to respect it here. Open the gates. Teleport available as well. Rygand missing the throw, unfortunately, as Dolphin RC goes through. Is Rygand... Oh, Strelitzia, Rygand! Trusting in their reads. Strelitzia tried to delay the burst as much as possible. However, that burst read ain't gonna get Rygand around. And now, Strelitzia in the lead. It is, of course, very early into the set, but this definitely bodes well for Strelitzia and probably is empowering him with a lot of confidence. The previous meetings with the Grandmaster May player have not turned out super successful, but perhaps this time. Alright, auto refill spells. It's go. The only problem that Strelitzia at the moment has to worry about is the mana, but able to maintain the mana relatively high amount as Rygand's burst came out. It's kind of like the worst situation if you play yourself into a really low mana situation and then take a burst from the opponent so that you don't have like a... You can't turn that position into offense very easily immediately. it is definitely a thing for Asuka players to... Ooh, with the DP there against the split from Rygand. It is definitely a thing for Asuka players to overextend with your resources. For example, your hand is too empty or you cast too many spells without recharging any mana. Ooh, the cross-up mix-up with the teleport! Rygand not getting hit too bad against though. Here comes. Ooh, the fuzzy jump gets Strelitzia out of there. And now Arpeggio is gonna hold down the fort for a while. Tap on the 5D. Rygand gets a burst back. But are they willing to use it here? They are sitting on a rock lead. So the safest play would be just to save it. Strelitzia was not able to find the Exodia, but ends up not mattering. For the opponent is relatively low on life. And go straight into the Screamer. Hard to challenge. I think depending on what your character's frame data is, you could have some options against it, or not. Here we go, RC, keep the pressure going. Because we are in positive bonus after all. Ooh, Strelitzia, good reaction times. Or perhaps a fuzzy Abare 2P against that fully charged 6 heavy that Rygand was trying to set up. And now Exodia is active. Actually, that's Exodia plus, because we have the mana cost down as well from test case 1. Oh, hello. Repulsor rod. Oh no, that's the wrong rod. That's the shitty rod. It's pushing all of the cubes to the wrong direction. There we go. Okay. So I think the repulsor rod basically pushes the cubes away from the rod where it is placed. So technically, if Strelitzia wants the cubes to go towards Rygand, he will have to cast the spells on the left side of the rod, as far as I understand. But yeah, for a very good reason that repulsor, the repulsive rod is, Asuka players don't like it too much. I mean, if you could avoid casting it, you probably do. But alas, it is one of those spells that you have to get out of your hand in order to get some better spells in there. Right, technically, even though Strelitzia only with one spell, if he gets to cast this spell, he gets a full set of cards right away. There we go. And that also takes the spells from the test case you are in currently, so it's an extremely good strategy to, at the round start, use all of your spells, switch test case, and then cast the spell in test case 3 instead of test case 1. 5D tap, 5D tap dust. Ooh, where Rygand going? Just a Wild Assault. Trying to hold the wizard in place long enough to get enough mana out. But alas, the wizard had too much. It was a very precarious position. If that mix-up doesn't hit for Strelitzia, he didn't have a lot of attack spells in hand, so it was super important that he gets the mix-up right there. 2 rainbow cubes. Yep, we'll be able to shuffle through his deck very effectively here as Rygand is blocking. Here we go, again, draw more. There's a lot of mana coming in for Strelitzia. Rygand gets to jump the air stall out of the corner, but the teleport! The heartbeat though, Rygand doesn't bite into it. He will have to burst though to stay alive. And now perhaps the comeback attempt from Rygand has decent amount of meter to make it work. Strelitzia still has decent amount of mana defending his life total as well. Exodia is in hand, if only we could cast. Here we go. Cast the auto refill on the cards, however, it was a difficult choice. It's like when you're holding onto the Exodia pieces and you're finally able to build distance between you and the opponent, the difficult choice is, are you gonna cast an offensive spell first to try to cover for yourself? Or are you gonna cast those buffs first so that you get to reap the benefits immediately? There we go. Full test case 3 hand. Saw that burst coming, and now unavoidably gonna be broken out of their mana shield. Strelitzia looking kinda dire here. YRC, get off me, please. but no spells available for the wizard. The wizard goes to punch the little girl in the face, but to no avail, because this guy, or rather this gal, was kind of tough. Wizards have low strength. Don't try that. Don't try going unarmed versus a fighter. All D&D nerds know that's not a good idea. But I mean, that was the reality of the situation that Strelitzia was facing there. And better to cut your losses and go into it again. Draw better. Play better. That's what the old wise Chinese men say. Alright, tap dust into Rainbow Cube, and we are cycling. The mana buff active still. Got the auto import as well. We are sitting on Exodia. We're sitting extremely comfortable. If we get the cast, that is. YRC, that should get a couple of casts for Strelitzia. Yes, indeed. Open the gates. Rygand trying to stall. However, nice blazing the black hole stack there. So the jump, the air stalling is to no avail. Teleports behind and taps the D. The whoop. Alright, far slash, finding the hit. Good position for Rygand. Baits the DP, doesn't get a clean punish, was a little too far there. Alright, able to go into test case 3 and draw some offensive cards. We have teleport as well. But now the tough thing is we need to get out of this somehow without dying. The mana shield breaks. All the dopamine rushing in. Oh boy, damage inbound. And Rygand looking to potentially even it out 3-3. Or perhaps Strelitzia has something to say about it. 2-beat into quick casts. Opening, arpeggio, Rygand, good call, rushes in there. I think if a 2D was used from Asuka or another spell was used, Rygand probably wouldn't have made it in time, but because it was the slow starting spell, which is arpeggio, the 3K is able to slide in there. Good bait again on the YRC, and that should be a wrap. The B&B combo from Rygand and May brings it 3 points each. And we are just getting started.
May wins.
God, watching Asuka play such a chess match, it's honestly work of art. I would love to tell people who don't appreciate Asuka, who keep saying that this character is, you know, all the play, you know, not very difficult, stuff like that. I mean, not a lot of people say that, of course, because, you know, people with half a brain will understand that this is, you know, this is a lot. This is a lot for human beings to handle. The skill ceiling is extremely high on this character, which is, you know, the same way as Johnny in Exert was. Kind of like, you know, it's probably how it should be. You should be getting from like the hardest to play characters in the game, you should be getting some extra value for your efforts. Alright, Rygand won't be able to stop this sequence. It's not full burst just yet. Strelitzia getting a punish with a 2D, able to draw a couple of cards, shuffling, rather cycling. Ooh, teleports out of there just in time, but now in a very precarious position. However, what was that, 2D? 2D that caught the S-Dolphin. Very nice call out for Strelitzia. 2D is always a risk if the opponent goes airborne. Just an air dash forward, instant air dash, double jump, dash jump, any of that is gonna be probably able to get you in there in time to punish Asuka from whipping that 2D. Alright, shield is broken. And damage avenues are open for Rygand. Slow them, falling straight into the 6P. Very nice spacing for Strelitzia. Teleporting out of there backwards, opening the gates. It's a lot of stuff. The rainbow cubes are gonna hold Rygand in place for such a long time. Forfeiting the wall break in order to cycle. A mulligan for more. Another Exodia in hand. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yep. I mean, it was one of those situations where, again, if you burst, you're kind of fucked. If you don't burst, well, you're double fucked. And Strelitzia, once again, one game up on Rygand.
Mankind knew. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Strelitzia flowing extremely well. 3 standard cubes in hand, able to tag Rygand from a jump startup. However, the 3K goes under the Screamer and gets Rygand a throw. Strelitzia forced to use the burst and set up. That's, which rod is that? That's... Acceleration? No? Repulsive? Is that repulsive? Right, big combo. However, the defense, or rather, Strelitzia was able to get the mana recharge buff online, which once again, important defense. However, the buff running out, and now you're taking the massive beating, the massive damage coming in from Rygand, the Orca. Not quite breaking the shield, but if we block here... Ooh, Strelitzia finds the frames to cast the Chaos Cube, recharge some mana, but Rygand is just back in there so fast. Instant air dash, you hesitate, you use the wrong option, bam, he's in there. Nice, was that a reaction? Went airborne and then DP. I wonder how difficult that is actually to punish for the opponent if they sort of dash into it. Pop goes the Weasel once again. And Strelitzia in a little bit of a pinch. Very nice dash forward. In fact, I think that was a dash backwards. But either way, even if it was if that was a micro dash forward or micro walk forward or back dash, doesn't end up mattering. Rygand still puts himself in the corner, yet it does not make a difference this time. In fact, I think Strelitzia would have wanted the forward dash rather than the back dash. Or better yet, just a micro walk to get a close slash punish there. The backdash building a little bit too much distance between Rygand and Strelitzia there in that situation.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Here we go, big call out of the jump up Dolphin. Tags Strelitzia out of that, forcing the burst very early. Asuka is the kind of character who you probably will see bursting fairly fast, because, you know, a little bit of the same rationale as like Chip and Milia is like you can't afford to block stuff a lot, but also when you block, you lose mana. So you technically lose 2 different kinds of resources. You lose way more than other characters when you're simply defending. Which is why you probably have to make swift decisions, swift, aggressive, defensive decisions in order to better your position as Asuka. And let's see what kind of decisions Strelitzia is gonna make here. RC from the S-Dolphin 5B. Again, interrupting the 6 heavy startup, was it? The green cubes working really well. They have a little bit of spreading into different directions, so very good at catching people trying to either 6-speed, hitting their legs, or trying to jump out as they're arcing upwards. Mid shift level 5, working really well. 2 rainbow cubes as well. Is Rygand gonna burst here? Nah, that would be crazy, right? Oh, never mind! Here comes Rygand with a big gamba, putting himself into the corner. It might still work out. Strelitzia might have to burst as well. Does so, because he is the player who is down around. Alright, even though, you know, Rygand ended up spending that burst, was able to build a little bit for himself. Alright, cross up into a low. The splits, the new changes in some of the newest changes that, or either the new move that that May got, offering some extra layers of RPS on the Oki mix-ups. 6B, wrong direction though. Rygand was committing to a really wide air dash, landing to the other side. That is the classic, the most classic May RPS. Is it gonna be a commit to an instant air dash, where they go for a jump slash, try to just catch your legs? Or is it gonna be a super far and wide air dash over, and then kind of play like left-right with the timing of jump D? And if you commit to the wrong anti-air option, yeah, you're gonna get caught your pants down. 2S, nice, finds a hit before the arpeggio goes online. It's very big for Rygand. The staircase, the jump B. Strelitzia, not the best hand here, has a DP card that they don't have mana at all to cast. Spends a lot of health in order to get back to a decent mana situation. Rygand! Wow, from the other side, completely ignoring the rainbow cube. Luckily, Strelitzia did get the mana buff online, so we'll have a little bit of a buffer here. Still, we'll be losing life as they go. Switch sides, draw more, and we have a mini Exodia available. The mana recharge, of course, is still lacking here. But the auto bookmark gives you so much momentum going forward. Right, still wants to fight for this round. Staying inside the rainbow cube, and Rygand, perfect timing, waiting for the cube to expire, and then strikes like a tiger, or perhaps a dolphin. Dolphins are crazy, nasty, smart animals. Absolutely despicable, just like humans. Very dangerous. Alright, got the black hole stuff. Yep, immediately finds the Exodia, and now Rygand won't really be able to do anything here. We'll just have to wait this out. Eventually, gonna be opened up. Now, this might work in Rygand's favor. This is a soft knockdown. Immediately goes into the S-Dolphin, burns the meter. Yep, this is what you have to do against Exodia and all of those good buffs against from Asuka. If you let the wizard cast while all the best buffs are active, you're as good as done. So the best option is to just go in, RPS, be a gorilla. This time ends up drawing a full hand from the test case 1 instead of going into test case 3. Now this is a very important point here. Very nice reaction there against the Dolphin. Nice, good double jump. Completely evades the blue cube, straight into the red one. 6p, wow, that swings far and swings wide. Another guard break spell in hand. Misses completely with it. Rygand with the right RPS jumps over it. And now one green cube, but also one more chance to guess for your life. And he guesses wrong. Staying crouching, Rygand comes in with a jump heavy, taking it 6-4. Was a slightly rough start for Rygand. Strelitzia was able to get a decent amount of momentum, but now, towards the end of the set, Rygand has been able to not only even it out, but grasp a fairly comfortable lead here before the deciding games, and now Strelitzia is gonna need 3 in a row to take this home. Very nice timing on the cast. Switching to test case 3 and getting a full test case 3 hand as well. Nice whip punish there with the guard crush spell, rainbow cube, shuffle. Strelitzia completely empty hand here. Yep. Go into the shopping super. Finds the... Strelitzia is very good at finding the Exodia. I would say, like, I don't want to, of course, compare to Gobo, but I haven't really seen Strelitzia miss the Exodia many times. What I mean by that is when he's doing the mulligan super, he very rarely tends to discard the mana recharge and the auto bookmark cards, which are basically some of the most important cards that you are looking for with that mulligan super. Right, trying to RPS himself out of the corner. Rygand sort of assuming the boxing position, but that gives... Oh. Anti-air. is gonna come out. And Strelitzia working with a really nice juggle. Rygand builds back their burst. And now we'll have to think about bursting rather sooner than later. This could end up very nasty. Tap dust. Good block. Rygand stands up. Young reaction still, even if we're closing to 30s. Break the wall. Hold the bookmark and arpeggio in hand. Not gonna help much unless you are able to build a little bit of distance between you. Rygand will have to respect this. No way out of this Chaos Cube. Open up the gates. Full charge, full draw. Strelitzia had to use a little bit of health there to charge. So technically at 0 health goes in for the throw and still alive. Norwegians rejoice, for your champion is still standing. In the face of defeat, we are going forward. This is literally the Strelitzia comeback kind of a beat that Strelitzia had on their debut match on Bounty Hunters. Couple of games down, no worries. Channel the Viking spirit and play to win. Alright, still holding on to that DP card. Rygand gets a very nice side swap, swaps back towards the mid screen. Oh, the bookmark activated. That's gonna completely wait. Oh no! Trying to whip punish it a little too early. The splash radius from the Orca. Lots of junk in hand. Able to cast most of it. Get rid of the shitty spells. Draw better ones. That's how he goes. God, those cubes are circling so fast. There's not a lot of stuff that Rygand can do. And then the 6k, the low, that is built into Asuka's kit without having to cast any spells. Now this is a little clunky hand here. Has 2 spells for refreshing your hand. Was able to get into test case 3, get the mana. And I would love to cast this last spell as well to get a full set of 3 cards from test case. Sorry, 4 cards from test case 3. There we go, we'll be able to do so. Oh, draw straight into the nuts! Strelitzia with really good stroke of luck there. From that spell, drew instantly into the Exodia. Rygand gotta not be happy about that. Tap dust. We'll have to burst soon. Right? Or saving? It could be a strategy, yeah. I can kind of understand this play as well. So Rygand was betting on, because there was really no good burst spot anymore this round, he was trying to get around without going into the burst, and then having the burst on next round would be huge. Or saving the burst on Wild Assault instead. Because like this round could have technically been winnable if Rygand was able to make Strelitzia block anything. And here we are, boys and girls, 6-6. Strelitzia's time to get a personal revenge against Rygand for all the atrocities that he's committed. Dropped him into the losers in Install 2024. Has taken their name since in other online brackets as well, but now looking so far so good for Strelitzia. Misses the heart knockdown with that blue Wild Assault, unfortunately. Health mana as well. Would be really dangerous to get tapped by Rygand here. Very nice. Rygand commits. Good approach, which allows Strelitzia flip the position, cast the teleport, get out of the corner. PP card in hand. Actually casts the Terrametron a little too high up, so actually completely whiff on Rygand. Up Dolphin. Nice, the DP on the way down. Here comes Rygand though. RC, this is gonna hurt. Kinda low on mana. It's gonna be super close to breaking the mana shield, not quite. Oh, he would, wouldn't he? Back throw. And Rygand getting back thrown out of that. Oh my goodness. RC falls straight into Rygand's close slash. Perfect mauling distance. The shield pops. Strelitzia has no choice but to cut their losses and go into the literally last match, or rather last round of this set. Rygand gets a round start win, forcing Strelitzia to use the burst. Strelitzia throwing into some really good spells here. Oh no! Never mind! Three teleports, no good! No good! Abort! Abort! Get some good spells, there we go. Bit shift is a little better. Now shopping. Yep. Finds the Arpeggio as well as Exodia. Rygand will have to rely on burst here. Have to wait. Soon. Oh, the mix-up jumps over. However, Rygand, the burst towards the corner. This is actually good for Rygand. Gets the 50 meter. One hit here would be big. YRC, get out of there. Dolphin, that's still punishable, isn't it? And he has it. Strelitzia with the punish on the Orca. Comeback from was it three games away? Strelitzia defeats his demon and punishes. Oh, damn. What a match, Strelitzia, always with the comebacks at the very last moment. This guy is just built different. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of blacked out there during the last half a minute. I'm not sure what happened. All I know is there was an Orca that was meant to take Strelitzia out of the sky, but unfortunately Strelitzia was blocking. And then with a full hand of good stuff, got that Rainbow Cube, got that Juggle, got everything to be able to make the last hit confirm work. Wow. You know, this Asuka champion is just so much fun to watch, dude. And watching the story, sort of watching the seeing how they draw, what they choose to play in what situation, is seeing the cogs sort of whirring in the heads of the Asuka players. It's just something magical. Really good match from Rygand though. You here to say hello, little Luna? Oh, my kitty jumped into my lap as soon as it's done. Oh, baby. Okay, but that's it for today. And like I said, I've been casting Exert since 2 p.m. and now we're finishing roughly at 9 p.m. finish time. I think QK has deserved. I think QK is done. You know, let's leave it at that. If you want to join next week, you can join my Discord. We have the sign-up forms going to be posted there in just a moment. And let's see if we could send our viewers somewhere really nice on twitch.tv, which you are currently watching. Oh yeah, that's the salty run back is still going on. The GGST side of things. Oh, it's actually Patachu playing. Holy. I wanna go watch that. You guys wanna go watch that as well. Let me tell you that much. Alright, thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you again next Sunday, same time, 5 p.m. CEST. Till then, stay safe. And dab.
Thought it has white Wallace, although it might come in clutch, Jonesy.
Yeah, mighty. Let's see if Solid ends up going for it right now. It's all Typhoons and all Thunderbursts. Keep the pressure going. Pachu still just happy to sit on the meter. Burst is now available as well. Why? Oh, YRC on YRC.
We are in fact heading to a final game, final round. It is game 1 of the Salty Runback Finals. Pachu still has burns, but Solid has already half a bar. That might be huge energy spent in block pressure. There's a throw from Solid. Setting up the drone, keeping Parachu in block stun. DP saving the Frenchman, but he's already on half life, and it's a big, big road back.
Right. Tension, but it might not matter. Apache with the F throw ready for it. Tension available. 5D RC. Now let's just kind of back off a little bit and go for purely buttons because he just needs to wait to rebuild that stamina, and that patience might enable Solid now. 3 encroach. YRC. Overhead. Spends the stamina.
Oh my god, what is Solid? Follow-up still not enough to kill. No resources for either though. One is unavailable for Parachu. Solid the jump does. Good FD from Parachu, but no meter. Block on the overhead. Block on the low Typhoon, but the other one behind it will be enough, and Solid will take the first set. I think that was through chip damage as well. There was no meter available for Parachu.